What's up, tricksters and tricksetters, watching another Tier 3 sub VOD review. Today at our coaching table we have a Clove main playing on Lotus in a Platinum 3 elo. His name is Slayer, and let's see what Slayer has to say to us, to them, to they, them, then, deine, eine, meine. Problems I have. Decision making with ultimate. Okay, listen, like, you should use the Clove ultimate only if you're 90% certain that you can commit to using the ultimate, that you can revive yourself. I see a lot of the Clove players trying to do some kind of a miracle, reviving themselves in the middle of nowhere in between two enemies. Don't do that. If you don't have a position, you know, if you don't have like a safe spot to revive yourself, don't kill yourself twice. It is stupid. Also, in the clutch scenarios, you know, when you're 1 versus 1, 1 versus X, what is really good when you have the ultimate is to deploy some kind of a smoke with which you can use to outmaneuver that enemy and revive yourself. And with the Clove, same as with every other agent, you should like hold the shorty as a primary secondary weapon. Now, why am I talking about all of this? So this is the scenario. For an example, you're playing Lotus and you plant the spike right here. You are the last member alive in the C-long. Two enemies are going to defuse the spike. Let's say the enemy Jet and enemy Neon. Enemy Neon is pressuring you here. Enemy Jet is here. So what we can do is, instead of, because it doesn't really matter what type of a smoke you do in this scenario. We don't have a one-way smoke, we don't have anything. Like, every smoke is gonna be useless. So if you have a smoke available, deploy the smoke behind yourself here, like this. Take a duel with one enemy, you know, you kill the Neon, Jet kills you, and now we can use our revive around the smoke. Even if the Jet is pressuring us, around the smoke we can revive ourselves and then go in and out and delete that Jet. Also, on the attacker side, whenever you have the ultimate, you can play a bit more aggro, but don't play like a monkey. You know? Like, the point of the ultimate, you know, you don't want to die in that round when you have the ultimate. You still play the game normal, just you can play a slightly more aggressive with your duelists. And you can go in first with a proper crosshair placement, proper peeking technique, proper angle holding. You do everything properly, and if you die, that's just a bonus. I mean, it's not a bonus, it's just a sad thing to happen. And then, like, you know, you revive yourself and you hunt the enemies. Also, when you revive yourself, you really don't have time to shift or, you know, to focus yourself on some mega super duper proper angle clearing. You really need, as soon as you revive yourself, you need to search for the kills and pressure the enemies. So we are entering the C site, you know, we're following our Jet dashes in, we're using a smoke, metal at the backside or metal here, and then, you know, we enter here, we take, let's say we take a kill onto this enemy, but this enemy from the site kills us. Okay, instantly revive, and then you need to instantly go into the waterfall. Maybe, you know, here you can run, then in the smoke we shift a bit, and then from the smoke, bam, we go for a surprise peek and we hunt again. Also, sometimes there is absolutely no reason to use your ultimate. I mean, if your teammates are in a huge numbers advantage, if the enemies are equal and held by, you don't need to force yourself to use the ultimate. You know, if your teammates are 4 versus 2, okay, you don't need to use the ultimate. If enemies are equal or held by, you know, they have low economy, and we are 3 versus 3, 4 versus 3, you die, your teammates end up in a 3v3 scenario. I'm not gonna revive myself. I'm gonna risk it. Because anyways, like, you know, there's like 3 of my teammates alive with good guns, 3 enemies with shit weapons. They should be able to win that and close out that round. And on a defender side, I would never use my ultimate for some aggro play, you know, super aggro play. I will use the ultimate primarily when I'm going for the retakes or as the enemies are pushing the site, you know, like going for some dump play, like pushing, you know, oh yeah, oh, I have the ultimate. Let's immediately die in the B main area of the map. It's stupid, you know. Maybe, you know, what you can do if you have the ultimate, let's say you think enemies are gonna go B. Enemies are gonna go B. Or enemy Killjoy has the ultimate. Whenever enemy Killjoy has the ultimate, on the attacker side, 80 to 90% of times enemies are gonna push the C site. 80% of times in ranked solo queue environment. So we play C. Okay, we try to stop the enemy's push here, you know, with our teammates. And you have, let's say, a Vandal, Heavy Shield, and a Shorty. So, enemies pass this smoke here. You know, they press X on a controller and they pass it. And then you smoke this deeper towards the enemies. Enemy Killjoy is going for the plant of the lockdown. As she's planting the lockdown, you peek through the smoke with a Shorty, kill the Killjoy, kill the lockdown, and even if you die at that moment of time, okay, now we can just go back with a revive, pressure the enemies again, and maybe get like 1, 2, or more kills as well. So that's how you use the Claw ultimate, and those are like general scenarios when you should use it. Reactionary smokes and understanding the value of mid-side smokes. Reactionary smokes. I don't really understand what are reactionary smokes and what do you mean mid-side smokes. Smokes deploy on the site. I mean, like, this smoke here is really good when you're going for the retakes and like and to outmaneuver the enemies throughout the smoke. You know, you can wait for the peak between enemies and your allies and then bop, try to surprise them. Mid-side smokes are really good, like when you have close range weapons or when you're in the numbers disadvantage. You know, these type of smokes you never want to deploy for like 5v5, 4v4 in a full buy round. Only like in like in the scenarios where you're in a numbers disadvantage or economy disadvantage, you should be using some kind of a smoke like this. But if you're like, I don't know, 5v5, 4v4 with a full buy, smoke the enemies here. Maybe we can do a one-way smoke up here. And then we can isolate easy duels with the enemies and fuck them up, you know, in this area of the map. Now, reactionary smokes is like, if a teammate gets stuck in a bad position, how can I smoke for them? Okay, listen. If your teammate is stuck in some kind of a bad position, you just ask yourself, from which smoke I would benefit if I was in that position. Like, your reactionary smokes get better as you become a better controller player. Simple like that. Like, the reason why I provide such a good smokes with Omen for my teammates is I always ask myself, like, what would I need in this scenario to fuck up the enemies and isolate them into some singular duels. For an example, like, let's say you're like, your Jet is playing here with a Shorty or Judge. Doing this smoke is stupid. Why? It doesn't provide any cover for the Jet, and she cannot easily outmaneuver the enemies. But if you do this smoke like this, then Jet can use this part of the smoke to go in and out, dodge the enemy's utility, outmaneuver the enemies, and fuck them up as well. If my Jet is playing with a Judge, let's say, or Shorty, in this position, right here, what do? We create a cubby position smoke for the Jet. So she can hide inside of the smoke, wait for the enemies to push through the smoke, bop bop. If the enemies are spamming, you know, this corner, she can go in and out, dodge the spam around the wall, right here. And also she can dodge the enemy's utility. Or they take unexpected space and I need to fast smoke something weird. Reactionary smokes just get better as you develop your game knowledge, and as you learn Valorant as a game of scenarios. Like in a game of Valorant, there is around like... so basically, Valorant is the game of scenarios. So basically, in a game of Valorant, you have around 3,000 scenarios that are gonna play out for you 24/7 in the ranked environment. On 11 different maps, 25 new agents. Basically, there is not an unlimited amount of scenarios that you're gonna play. As you do the regular VOD reviews, as you observe other playstyles, other players, as you self-analyze your games, you need to you're developing your game knowledge essentially. And your game of scenarios is getting better. Like this is one of the hardest things to learn and to improve when you're coaching players in Valorant. Because there's so many things that you can learn in this game. Like a lot of the players are hard stuck in a specific elo simply because they have stopped learning. They never allow themselves to get out of their comfort zone, to experiment a bit with their playstyle, with the new agents, new characters, new guns, new weapons, etc, etc. Now, clearing angles while holding W. Even if you're holding W, you know, there are some angles that we clear like by jump spotting the enemies, some angles that we clear by peeling the angles, and some angles that we clear by cutting the pie. General rule of thumb is that if enemies can be on multiple different vertical and horizontal positions, we need to jump spot them and then pick them. We peel the angles only if we really don't have fucking time to jiggle pick the angles and cut them one by one. And when you're pressing the W key, you should still have the moments of time where you stop, jiggle pick, etc, etc. So I'm gonna showcase you right now in a game. I start on the attack. We got all of the time in the world because I'm eine meine deine. Them does this. Okay, so basically, if you're holding the just a second.
So don't get any bright ideas. My ult is ready. 30 seconds left.
Okay, so let's say for an example, you know, I don't know where are the enemies in the sea long. I don't have the operator or outlaw to fuck up that guy, and enemies are never playing on that angle. When I'm pressing the W key, I'm never gonna do this. I'm always gonna jump spot the enemies first, get the information for my crosshair placement, and then press forward. Then I'm gonna clear these angles with this type of a pathing. I don't want to take a fight here. Why would I do that? It's just stupid. Because an operator might be holding me here and I'm dead. Retarded, bro. Retarded. Or just play like this. Jump spot the enemies again. Jump spot the enemies again. Now, you know, let's pre-assume that we already did the smokes as we were pushing. Do the medal. Let's push in. Now I'm pushing in. Clearing this angle. Jiggle peek. Clearing this angle, jiggle peek, now running forward, peeling this angle, and that's it. Essentially, as you get more punished on a specific positions, you kinda learn like where you should peel the angle, where you should like jiggle peek the angle, where you should jump spot the angle. But the general rule of thumb is, if there's way too many vertical and horizontal positions where enemies can be, at that moment of time, jump spot the angle, if you're not playing on contact. If you're not playing slow. If you're playing slow, you need to go in and out, and methodically clear the angles one by one. Then, if you're just pressing the W key here, my crosshair is here, then here, I'm peeling this angle. I cannot jiggle peek it, obviously. Jiggle peeking this is a suicide. Because of the angle perception advantage and disadvantage, doing it from the closer wall is just shit. Jump spot. Now, if enemy is there, I can just abuse the peeker's advantage, proper crosshair placement, bop. That guy is out. Now, this angle we need to peel a bit. When we come up here, we can jiggle peek it. jiggle peek, jiggle peek. Now we can swing these positions and pre-assume with our crosshair that one enemy is gonna be here. Now here we're just, you know, we can jump spot even this, to be honest. Move in, etc, etc. Now, the most common position here is that spot. So we do the jiggle peek. Prepare ourselves mentally and physically to kill that enemy. Basically, jiggle peeking, jump spotting, peeling the angles. You need to learn like when to do that. It's really hard to explain on every single position because every area of the map is built different. Like here, for example. Okay, I'm just gonna be pushing like this. I come up here. We need to jiggle peek this. We can also jiggle peek this, jiggle peek this, jiggle peek this, jiggle peek this. Now I need to peel this angle. Here. Jiggle peek this, that, or if we're making sound, just jump spot the enemies, and then swing here, clear this, focus on the tower. Jump spotting is the mechanic that players are underusing a lot in Valorant. You need to get information for your team, for yourself, for your crosshair placement. You don't want to die from the fucking operator. And especially in Platinum Elo. Give me a break, man. Like, players in Radiant don't have the reaction time to kill me when I'm jump spotting. Like, you know, you will die maybe 2 times in 50 games because you jump spotted an angle instead of swinging it wide. Now, what's the next question? Hi, that's every game. I think I'm too willing to take any fight or field to rush to reposition. When you're playing a Claw, it is kind of normal to have more deaths than with any other agent. Because of your ultimate. You know, like, as your ultimate usage gets better, also your KD gets better as well. Because I see a lot of Claw players that I've coached in the last, like, 2 months. You guys are kind of using the ultimate in some positions where you cannot use the ultimate. You cannot revive safely, or you're not gonna get a kill. Like, you need to ask yourself a question: can I capitalize on this ultimate, and can I safely revive myself around the cover and then go for a fight? You don't want to use your ultimate only because you got it, you know. But obviously, like, you know, your problems with KD and deaths can be many other like topics, because, like, I mean, you're a Platinum 3 player. Tracking enemy patterns. That's something. I guess this is a question for a defender side. When you're playing on defense, I mean, on both attack and defense, like, this topic is really hard to explain in a live VOD review. It's almost impossible because it's gonna take me like 2 hours minimum. If you have the problem with tracking the enemy patterns, I'm gonna share with you like some of my exclusive coaching videos, pre-recorded videos. Like, they last like, you know, I'm gonna share with you one folder that's like 2 hours, and this topic is gonna be completely explained to you. There's also a lot of the trainings that you can do to track the enemy's patterns and to just engrave that habit within your gameplay, like taking the physical notes. You know, every round, like, enemy Killjoy played here, played there, played there. This is the pattern that Killjoy is developing. In eco rounds, enemy Cypher always lurks. That's the note that I have taken. Next time when enemies play an eco round, I need... Oh, la, 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 la. Sorry, I need to mute this. Fiction Pie, thank you all for the tier 1 sub. So essentially, like, you know, on the attacker side, I think it's easy to read the enemy patterns because players have a very common, like, you know, everybody has some way of how they like to play a specific map or specific area of the map. And on attacker side, like, you know, what you're searching for is essentially like the weakest enemy link. And you're trying to abuse that weakest enemy link as soon as possible. Now, the weakest enemy link can be anything. It can be a player that is mispositioned, player that team composition that cannot properly defend a specific area of the map. Players that have improper utility usage or way too repetitive utility usage. Players that have very repetitive positioning on a defender side. And on the defender side, when you're playing on defense, you're reading the common patterns that players love to use in ranked solo queue and uncommon patterns. Now, there's at least like 20 patterns in a game of Valorant that players develop in ranked solo queue. And that is how I'm reading the enemy team. Now, there's no way I can talk about 20 patterns right now. But, you know, the two most common patterns are the AB rule and rule of fear. AB rule definition is very simple, like, you know, players in every single round will do something different compared to what they did in the previous round, thinking that that is unpredictable, while in reality they're fucking retarded. And it is very predictable, because I just know what, you know, what not to guard, what not to defend, essentially. And the rule of fear is also simple. Players in ranked solo queue are usually afraid to repeat their mistakes from the previous rounds, so if you fuck up the enemy's push onto some area of the map, onto some bomb site, chances are much higher they are gonna prioritize some different strategy or different part of the map. Also, you know, when you're reading the enemies and tracking the enemy's patterns, three main things that you should prioritize reading is the following: economy, abilities, ultimate status, and what is the third thing, bro? So economy, abilities, ultimate status, the fourth thing. And my brain is zero capacity right now. What's the fourth thing? Bro, is my brain that like fried from Valorant? Just a second to find my documents. What the fuck, bro? That's it, actually. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Sorry, my brain is just fried. So basically, yeah, like the main three things that you're like the main three things that dictate how you should basically the main three things that you should use to read what enemies are gonna do next is, like, you know, economy of your and enemy's team, abilities and team compositions, and the ultimate status of the enemies. Those three things can tell you like 70 to 80% of times what enemies are gonna do next. Like, for example, you know, if you're playing on a defender side of Lotus, enemies are eco and hull buy. You always prioritize defending the C site and B site, because chances are 80% that enemies are gonna go B or C, and only 20% that they're gonna go A. And even if they go A, who the fuck cares? Your teammates should be able to deal with them. When you're on the attacker side and enemies are eco and hull buy, we avoid the B site, and we're either doing a push onto C or onto the A site. If let's say enemies have the Killjoy ultimate on the ascent on attacker side, 80% of times they're gonna go for this play right here. So we need to have some kind of a counter for that in the B main area of the map, take more space. And even if the enemies go on A site, B ultimate is far more dangerous than A ultimate. Why? Because if enemies do the ultimate on B site, they cover the whole site, they push you all the way back into the CTN market, and also sometimes your mentally ill teammates might fight the enemies on the site, might get triggered by the lockdown. You never know. It's not worth the risk. And if the Killjoy does the ultimate on A, who cares? Your teammates have all of this space here to play. They can safely reposition into the garden and into the CT, and we just play a retake. Now, next question. Fear of messing up surviving teammates with reactionary smokes. There's nothing to fear. Your teammates, if you're in the same elo and same rank, chances are really high that your teammates are equally as dumb or equally as smart as you. You're in the same elo. Like, if you notice that you fucked up your teammates in some scenario, okay, Take that as a learning experience. There's nothing to fear. Who are you? Like, who are you fearing? A Turkish drug lord that is playing Valorant at 2 a.m.? He's gonna come at your house and kill you? Brother, that guy is making kebabs for living, like, for 2 cents in Germany. Like, he's not a drug lord, actually. So, chill. There's nothing to fear. Like, the more mistakes you do, and the more you learn from them, the faster you're gonna develop yourself. If you're dead with Clove, you need to stay active in the game, observe the minimap, observe the situations, like, ask yourself, what's gonna be beneficial for my teammates right now? You know? Like, which smoke would I like to have at this moment of time? And then slowly, over the time, you kinda like develop your game knowledge where you understand what is a good, bad, and optimal smoke. I mean, my best advice that I can give you to properly learn good, bad, and optimal smokes and the best smoke setups, my Discord server, agents guides, here, look at every single video in the playbook. In the Omen playbook, I have covered 80 or 90% of setups that I do with Omen that are good, bad, or optimal. And the same setups you can replicate with Clove. Obviously, you cannot replicate, aggressive plays. But the smokes are identical. Same shit. Cubby position smokes, default smokes, smokes to stop the enemy's push, one-way, some of the one-way smokes on the boxes, like, same shit. Smokes to isolate the enemies, like, utility usage is same. That's why I didn't want to do Clove this act to Radiant, because it's pointless. I already covered the Omen, like. I mean, I'm gonna do Clove later. Now, fear of messing up surviving teammates, there's nothing to fear. That's the moral of the story. Shooting consistency. If you want to be mechanically consistent, you need to have a consistent playtime and a good, consistent warm-up and training routine. One of the skill sets. So, in Valorant, we have 9 skill sets. I'm not gonna name them all right now, but one of the skill sets is training and preparation. Why is that a skill set? Because players don't understand what is a good, bad, and optimal training for them. Now, to be consistent in Valorant, always remember that consistency and quality is far more important than quantity and just randomly spamming the fucking games. Because spamming the games on the autopilot mode will get you nowhere. You're gonna stay, instead of playing like 20,000 games to reach Radiant, let's try to play like 3,000 games, 2,000 games to get Radiant. Now, I see, if you really want to be consistent in Valorant, you really need to play like 1 to 3 matches per day, every single day, to keep the, yourself in the flow, to keep your game sense alive, and essentially feeling for the timings and shit like that. Also, you need to have like 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes of proper warm-up before your matches. And you need to have like at least 30 minutes to 1 hour where you do some kind of a core aim training. Like something to fix your mechanical problems that you have at that moment of time. Or just to, keep the consistency up. And when it comes to the shooting consistency, like, we will see. We will see in the VOD review. Like, I really don't know what I'm gonna see today. And, based on what I see in this live VOD review, tier 3 sub VOD review, sorry, depends what type of coaching videos I'm gonna share with you, which training I'm gonna share with you. Like, usually I share some kind of a training with the players that buy the tier 3 sub VOD review, or they get a live VOD review. So, we'll see, man. Like, I'm just gonna track, like, your most consistent problems, mechanical problems, and I'll recommend you some kind of a training. Brother, I have, like, 100 pre-recorded training examples and 100 pre-made aim training routines. If you don't find something good for you, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit, literally, like, there's no way. There's no way. Now, I picked Diamond 1 being to mouse and keyboard a year ago, so I'm doing something right. Okay, not bad. Actually, 1 year, going to Diamond 1 is okay. Slightly above average performance. But my progress just seems so slow. I feel like I really struggle with actually recognizing how to improve versus playing enough to just be punished until I learn, which takes forever. And remember one quote. A dumb man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. That's why I hate. Like, listen, when it comes to coaching the players, yes, coaching is like, you don't need it. You absolutely don't need to buy coaching from anyone. But put it in this perspective. You want to be Radiant, you want to be a content creator, or you want to go pro, for an example. So you want to achieve something in a specific video game. But you don't have money for coaching. Okay, absolutely don't buy coaching. Absolutely don't buy coaching. You can get Radiant alone, just it's gonna take you probably significantly more time. Now, if you're that same type of a person, but you are, let's say, financially stable, okay, you can consider, you know, like, whether or not you want to invest money in order to save some of your time. And if you really want to improve and really want to get better at Valorant, you're kind of trading your money for time. So essentially, like, there's the whole point of coaching, like, so that you don't need to learn from your mistakes. You learn from my mistakes and my trials and errors. I'm just here to save your time. I never magically improve players to Radiant. So what I recommend you when it comes to this specific note that you have taken here, try to, you know, spend some more time, like, observing others, you know, like, and observing others' progress, like, what did they do to become better, like, what type of trainings they did, like, fuck the pro play, fuck the VCT, don't waste your time on that, you're not gonna play like that. Like, observe, like, you're playing Clove, find some really good, like, Immortal or Radiant player that is playing Clove, like, and how is he playing that agent, like, what is his pattern, can you somehow remake his strategy to work a bit better for your playstyle. That is another thing. When you're watching others, don't try to copy paste their playstyle. You cannot play game as I play it. I cannot play this game as you play it. You need to figure out, the main thing that you need to figure out in this process of reaching the Radiant is the following. What are my weaknesses and what are my strengths as a Valorant player? Once you figure that out, everything else is easy. Why? Because, like, I know myself as a player. I know for a fact that I cannot dry peek a fucking Durkee in a 1v1 fight and win that fight. I'm gonna lose it 2 out of 10 times. But I know for a fact, if I use good timings, good utility usage, my outplays, my strategies and tactics that I have developed for myself and my playstyle, I'm gonna, like, I'm gonna kill Durkee 7 out of 10 times minimum. So that, like, in a game of, the beauty of Valorant is that different playstyles work. You can rely on guns, mechanics, abilities, etc, etc. And another beauty is that you can kinda avoid your weaknesses during the game. Like, for example, I'm not really a good entry fragger. You know, just rushing in with a gun and taking a kill. But I'm really good at holding the angles, at playing a bit slower paced game, doing proper executes with proper utility usage. I'm really good in the chaos as well. Like, my game awareness, game sense is really nice. So that is what you need to figure out. Now, I cannot figure that out for you because we're only doing one VOD review. And in one VOD review, there is no way that I can tell you what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. I can approximately tell you, like, what I feel about you as a player. But this is something that you need to find through months. You know, as you observe yourself and your gameplay, like, just ask yourself, based on the statistics, based on the scenarios that you play in the game, where do you struggle the most? And can we somehow avoid or fix those scenarios, or play them in the way that would benefit us? Now, I feel like I really struggle with actually recognizing how to improve as playing enough to just be punished until learning, which takes forever. I mean, the easiest thing, the easiest way to save your time is buying some, you know, extensive coaching from someone. It doesn't need to be from me, like from anyone essentially, like, or asking for the help from your friends, high elo players. Like, it's really hard on your own sometimes to recognize like these things, and a helping hand is always good. So yeah. Okay, furthermore, since hitting Diamond, I've been in such a demoralizing slump. I can't seem to win duels to get a whole picks like I used to. I'm constantly getting killed by better positioning, just overall feeling like I barely belong in Platinum. But, I mean, that's one of the problems of Valorant. Like, maybe you don't belong in Diamond yet. Like, a lot of the players reach Diamond, Platinum, or any rank only because they naturally get boosted there. They brute force their way to Diamond, Ascendant, and Immortal. It's very easy to brute force your way into these lobbies. Like, you just need to get a few lucky winning streaks. Maybe you fix like 1 or 2 of your skill sets that can carry you up, but then, you know, you reach Diamond, and let's say your mechanical skill is shit. Let's say your game knowledge is shit. Let's say your team play is shit for that elo. And that's why you're stuck. So, I firmly believe, based on what you said here, that you probably reach Diamond without fixing some of the very important skill sets to go from Diamond to Immortal 3. Like, basically, like, from Iron 1 to Diamond 3, you need to develop your game knowledge, your decision making, your mechanical skill on a level of at least Ascendant 3 or Immortal 1 player. When you're going from Iron 1 to Diamond 3. Everything else can be like in a range of Platinum, Gold, it doesn't matter. But those 3 skill sets are very important. Then when you're going from Ascendant 1 to Immortal 3, those previously mentioned skill sets we need to bring up on the level of an Immortal 3 player, but also in the same time, we need to bring our team play and our adaptiveness on the higher level. Like, how do we play with these idiots? How do we babysit them? Like, basically from you know, Ascendant 1 to Immortal 3. Ascendant 1 to Immortal 3. Like, your main focus is not anymore you. You don't care about yourself. You should have already improved yourself enough that you don't need to think about what you want to do, what type of a play you want to perform, what type of an execute, smoke, etc, etc. Like, from Ascendant 1 to Immortal 3, babysitting fucking elo. You need to compensate and correct every possible mistake that you can compensate and correct from your teammates. So your main focus needs to be how the fuck I play with specific allies. And then when you're going from Immortal 3 to Radiant, you need to fix everything, like mentality, attitude, communication, psychological factors, training and preparation, like mechanical skill, game knowledge, decision making, team play, adaptiveness. The list goes on. If you want to reach Radiant. So, like, you know, there is a huge chance that you got into this Platinum 3 Diamond 1 elo, and you did bring some of your skill sets to a Diamond or Ascendant player, But there are probably some other skill sets that are far below that level. Most of the times when I see people reach like Diamond and Ascendant, their game knowledge is shit. And their decision making is so fucking poor that it's unbelievable that these players are even close to Ascendant and Immortal. So we will see. We will see in the VOD review. A really good game for me these days is going 24-20, while average games are like 14-18. That is terrible. That is terrible. Like that means that you know, positioning, angle clearing, angle holding, what type of fights you take with the enemies, all of this can be shit. Like, basically, when you're playing Valorant, you're doing a 9 to 5 job. Your job is to win the rounds, close out the games, and that's it. With a minimum amount of gunfights and kills. So doing only the most necessary shit that you need to do in order to win the games. And that is how you also build up the discipline to play this game. So, a good game in Valorant is not a game where you go 24-20 and you win it. A good game in Valorant is where you go 13-9 and you win with 13 rounds and 9 rounds lost. A bad game is a game where you are 14-18 and you win or lose that match essentially. Like, basically, I don't think there is ever a reason to have more than, I don't know, 18 deaths. Like I don't think that I ever go, you know, like with 18 deaths. Like, let me just check my tracker, my previous matches quickly. 8 deaths, 6, 11, 13, 16, 16, 17, 13, 7, 16, 15. Even when I lose my matches, 9, 13. I don't know if I just don't cross like 18 or 19 deaths. And I'm not baiting my teammates. I'm not like I'm still doing everything that I need to do in order to close out the rounds and win them. But there are some fights that you don't need to take. There are some kills that you don't need to take. There are some rounds that you can close in a much easier way in order to preserve your economy, to preserve your teammates' economy, to save the fucking guns. There are some rounds that you cannot win, and it's just better to save. So yeah, like, you need to take a lot of, like, I just see a lot of Diamond and Ascendant players, and Immortal as well. Like, all you guys see is fucking blood. Like, blood everywhere. Blood here, blood there. I just want to kill. I just want to kill. I know we're playing an FPS game. I know that, you know, the main point is to kill enemies on the opposite team, but we are playing a tactical FPS game. This is not Counter-Strike. And even in Counter-Strike, like, there is a way to take a good, bad, and optimal engagements with the enemies. And some fights that you should never take. In this game, it is far more important how you take the fight with the enemies, abusing your abilities, proper decision making, your game knowledge, team play, instead of abusing your mechanical skill. Mechanical skill can take you far. And you can get Immortal 3 just by shooting in the heads. But that is why 98% of Immortal players will never get Radiant in Valorant. Or they will get it, but they will need enormous amount of time to get on this level. Enormous amount of fucking time. So, you know, that's usually the problem. Now, I've been recording for days trying to get a VOD where I perform well and the game lasts more than 15 rounds. Okay, I mean, that's okay. You know, that gives me a good representation of your skill, and I might have enough time to observe your gameplay and recommend you some kind of a training. At this point, I just need help, so here's me having a poor scoreline, but I felt like I had a good impact. When it comes to the VOD reviews, I usually prefer the games where players like think that they play the best. Because if I find mistakes in your gameplay where you think that you play the best and the match was close, let's say you win a 13-11 match with 30 kills and you think you played good. Brother, in that match, I can usually find like 30 different things that you can improve and get better at. So you don't have any coping, mechanism like, in this game I play like shit, so it's normal to have that many mistakes. Listen, even the games where you won, even in the rounds where you did something good, you should self-observe, self-analyze. Why did I win this match? How can I replicate this in the future games as well? Like, how can I implement this same fucking strategy, execute, tactic that worked for me in the future games that I play on this specific map, with this specific and against this specific team composition? Like, a lot of the players, like, when they're doing self-VOD reviews, creating some self-improvement plans, you just focus on bad side of your gameplay. And then you're just coping, like, okay, when I play really bad, I make these mistakes. But when I play good, I don't make them. Trust me, you make the same mistakes even when you play good, just the enemies maybe are not shooting back. Maybe they have a paralysis, bro. Maybe they have, like, a Parkinson's disease. You don't know. Or, like, for an example, on a specific map, you made a really good play 3 times in 3 matches, and you don't replicate it in the 4th match, and you lose the 4th match because of it. If something already works for you, like, that's a good strategy, probably. If it works more times than it fails. Like, basically, all of my strategies, tactics, mindset, everything, like, nothing is gonna have 100% win rate. Nothing. Like, 100% win rate doesn't exist in any video game. Unless you're cheating, of course. So, when you're developing some strategy or setup, like, you're taking the notes of how many times that actually works. Does it make sense? Does it fucks up the enemies? Does it fucks up your teammates? You need to take a lot of the notes. But one primary note that you're taking is how many times something worked. And if something works 60 or more % of the times, just 60% of the times is good. It is a good strategy, good tactic. If something works 50% of times, it's optimal, it's okay. And if something works less than 50% of times, it is bad. Period. Now, looking forward to what light you might shed and really appreciate your time. No problemo, my friend. Let's see the tracker. Thank you for coming in our community. Let's see what we got up here. So, performance first. Performante Lamborghini. Okay, your playtime is actually really, really good. I mean, you're playing quite a lot of Valorant recently. One thing that I would recommend you, if you have more than 120 hours to grind in an act in 2 months, I would recommend you to play this game on 2 accounts. It is much easier for your mental health, much easier in terms of matchmaking, in terms of running into the same fucking teammates, and you're trying to bring both of the accounts in the same rank, essentially. It also reduces a bit of the stress, and, when you see the red carpet of 15 matches in a row, you really don't have a willpower to live this life, not mention to play another game of Valorant or to regain all of the lost rank rating. So this concept is that I use, like, most of the times, like, when I'm playing off stream. I will play like 1 or 2 games on my main account, 1 or 2 games on my alt account, 1 or 2 games on my main, and switch it on. So that and also what you can do, you can use your second account as a warm-up account. That is what I do, actually. Like, basically, on the second account, that alt account, I play my first 2 games. Because I know that in the first 2 games, those are my warm-up games, I'm gonna play a bit worse. And then, the last 2 or last 3 games I play on my main account. It is much easier, trust me. Like, you should never have a main account. Borderline. Your win rate and everything else can be much better, man. Like, your KD is definitely a huge problem. It never went up to be honest. It just went down. And headshot percentage is good. Like, I can see that you mechanically got better from Silver 3. But probably your game knowledge and your decision making is still at around like Platinum 1 level. Like, he peaked at Diamond 2, but this tells me that he primarily improved himself mechanically and in terms of some game knowledge, but his decision making and team play is still like God knows on which level. ADR is fine. You know, 135 is more than enough to carry in any elo. KD can be much better. I mean, not much better. Like, it's just, you know, having a KD below 1 is not really a good look. Like, you should at least trade yourself for every death that you get. Other statistics, mechanical statistics are fine. For a diamond player, like, you know, headshot percentages, optimal, good, doesn't really matter. And obviously KST is suboptimal. So already KST tells us that you're fighting some fights that you should not fight. Or you're not fighting the fights in a proper way. So, just based on this stat, we can say that your timings are shit. Maybe your positioning is shit. Maybe how you engage the enemies is shit. Maybe you're not a refraggable teammate and you die alone an enormous amount of times in the solo gunfights. You're not playing a proper team play game. This can be the indicator for everything that we mentioned before. But most of the times, this is an indicator where, like, you know, you're just not playing a proper refrag game with your teammates. You're not a refraggable ally. Or you're not focused enough on the team play game and staying alive long enough to control the outcome of your rounds. Now, clutch percentage can be a bit higher. I mean, like, we can do something better in terms of your 1v1 and 1v2 situations. Okay. 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 Ay, brother. I mean, listen. In ranked solo queue, most of the time, you win or you lose your games on a defender side. Like, playing good defense is far better than playing good on attack. But based on these stats right here, your attack is a bit of a problem. I mean, you have like 0.88 KD, which is, I mean, really bad on the attack. You have 70% KST on attack and 48% round win percentage. So if I was you, in the next like 1 or 2 months, I would mainly focus myself on getting better on the attacker side. Like implementing some simple rules such as 20-second rule, when to default, what to push. Like, I'm gonna share with you, after this VOD review, some of the videos that are gonna help you a lot on the attacker side. Like, you need to do something better on attack. Like, maybe your crosshair placement is shit. How you clear the angles is shit. Jump spotting the enemies, revealing the enemies. When you go in, what do you decide to push? Based on the enemy's pattern and based on yours and enemy's team composition. Like, in order for your attacker side to be good in Valorant, you need to improve your game knowledge. You need to understand the maps on a much deeper level and understand the best patterns of pushing and what you want to abuse against different team compositions. So, I would just recommend you to watch every single video that I'm gonna share with you after this coaching session, a live VOD review, and try to implement every single tip within your gameplay, and also watch every single Jet and Omen guide on the attacker side, especially the jet guides. Because in the jet guides, I have talked about the maps. How to play the map, what is your default bomb site, what to push, what to avoid, where to go against and with different team compositions. It's very important for you. Like that would be my main priority if I was you in the next 2 months. Getting these numbers 20% higher. Because look at this. Attack KD 0.88. Defense KD 103. Attack KST 70.5. Defense 74.5. Round win percentage 48.2. Defense is 54.3. You don't exist on the attack. Same as I don't on fucking chamber, but you're playing claw. So yeah. Now when it comes to the agents that you main, my brother is crazy. My brother is fucking crazy, bro. He is maining Deadlock. Ay. I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, you do have like a 53% win rate with Deadlock. But other stats are... I don't know. I mean, Deadlock is fine. You know, like, listen. Okay, you can keep... You can keep playing Deadlock only because Deadlock is gonna get buffed really soon. So if the buffs are good, plus you are a good Deadlock player already, maybe you're gonna just destroy in your elo. I don't know what they're gonna do to Deadlock. Like, hopefully they're gonna change something to make her really viable. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about your main agents. Keep spamming, you know, Claw and Deadlock for now, and see how that works for you. And based on your statistics, like, one thing that I can easily recommend you is mastering Omen. Like, these statistics here, and everything here that I've seen, I think Omen would be an agent that's gonna open your mind in a different direction and actually focus on the problems that you need to fix, which is your attacker side primarily. So, like, what I would recommend you is, in the next 2 months, beside Claw and Deadlock, implement a bit of Omen as well. Try it out, at least. Like, once you learn Omen, Claw is like a piece of cake. You know, it seems like when you master Jet, brother, playing Reyna is like playing Valorant on an easy mode. So, like, okay, stay with the Deadlock, only because the agent is gonna get some buffs soon. Maybe they're gonna be really fucking good buffs and you just, bam, pop off. Stay with the Claw, no problem. But implement Omen as well. So what I would do if I was you is the following. On Lotus, since you're finding success with Claw and Deadlock, keep playing Claw and Deadlock and that's it. On Sunset, you can keep playing. Actually, like, I mean, what am I talking about here? Like, I mean, I would really replace the Claw with Omen everywhere. You know, for now, where you can try Omen instead of Claw is definitely Split Icebox and Bind. Because on Split Icebox and Bind, Omen has enormous amount of setups and attacker side strategies. So, like, you can try Omen on these 3 maps, and on other maps just keep what you're doing. Also, I really don't know how you have 73% win rate with Claw and Breeze. Like, I mean, I always said that up to Immortal 1, up to Immortal 3, team compositions don't matter. Better team is always gonna win. I mean, even in Radiant as well. But look at my team composition this match. We have a Omen, Jet, Viper, Chamber, and Sage. Brother. And we won 8 rounds on the attacker side. Enemies have Sky, Raze, Claw, Chamber, and Sage. You know. So, you know, as long as the breeze works for you with Claw, it's fine. It's really fine. You know, okay, so this would be my recommendation for you. Listen, what should you main on different maps for the next 2 months? Listen here. Let's do this. So, let's start with the Lotus. Lotus. Main. Claw and Gecko. Omen. Flex. Deadlock. Fill. Yes, sir. Sunset. Sunset. Deadlock. How many games of Deadlock you have? 7-2, huh? Okay. Deadlock. Omen. Main. Gecko. Flex. And Claw. Fill. Now. Bind. Omen. Main. Gecko. Flex. And Deadlock. Fill. Now. Breeze. Claw. Omen. Main up until Immortal 3. Gecko. Flex. Deadlock. Fill, I guess. I mean, playing Deadlock on Breeze is just a fucking Sudoku, man. Ascent. Omen. Main. Gecko. Clove. Flex. And Deadlock. Fill. Icebox. 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 Omen. Main. Gecko. Flex. Clove. Fill. Split. Same shit. But we're gonna put here the Claw as well. And here's the Deadlock. And since Haven is coming out, Haven, Omen, Claw, Main, I'm in the same route, essentially. Okay. So, listen, when it comes to Breeze, like, on Breeze, keep playing, you can keep playing like Omen and Claw, as long as you're finding such a high win rate with these two agents, but as soon as you stop finding success with them, switch to the Viper. Or just find some other agent, like, play Gecko, play Chamber, play something else. Now, why did I put Gecko in one of the agents that you should main? Because you're playing a lot of Fate. And I think that based on the agents that you play, and based on your statistics, Gecko can be very beneficial agent for you to learn. Gecko right now is the most versatile initiator, the best initiator for the lobbies below Immortal 3, I think you might find a lot of success maining this stupid agent right now and replacing Fade with a Gecko. So fuck the Fade, go with a Gecko. And finally, the loadouts. Yeah. Okay. Listen. So, your full buy rounds are optimal. They're not good, they're not bad, they're okay. Your semi-buy rounds are also optimal. Except that the KST is, you know, it's okay. It's optimal. But brother, your pistol rounds and eco rounds are terrible. You are not a useful asset for your team in pistols and ecos. You're not even able to trade yourself for a kill. So one of the primary things that you should focus on in the next 2 months is, how can I be useful asset for my teammates in the pistol rounds and eco rounds, and how can I make these rounds better for myself? Like, this is terrible, man. Like, there is no way that you have a 0.92 KD in a pistol round. Like, if you don't know how to play the pistol rounds, copy-paste the strategies and tactics from my playbook and lead your teammates in that specific way. Probably, on attacker side, like, you just, you know, maybe you don't have a good call what to push and where to go. And on a defender side, when the map allows you, classic pistol shorty strategy. I mean, we have a strategy for every map, basically, like some kind of strat. So you need to focus more on pistol rounds. Pistol rounds are really, really, really important. And eco rounds as well. Like, in eco rounds, you should have at least like 1 KD minimum. 1 KD with a 70% KST minimum. So you need to do something better here. Maybe a better weapon variety as well would suit you. Would suit you really, really nice. Like, maybe using more of a shorty, some cheesy strategies and tactics. Like, for example, this is my tracker. So this is in Radiant Elo. Right now, we're doing this unranked to Radiant series with Chamber. Full buy rounds. 76.9 KST. 142 ADR, 121 KD. Pistol rounds. 117. 79% KST in the pistol rounds. Semi-buys. Same as my pistol. Identical. Eco rounds. 1.02. And I don't even use a headhunter. I use a fucking shorty, bro. I have like 29 kills on a shorty in like 60 matches. So, classic pistol, I don't know. Like, so this is how a proper tracker should look like in Valorant. Full buys on top, pistol second, semi third, eco fourth. But they should not be, you know, if the eco rounds are on bottom, they should not be terrible. And this is how your looks like. Like, I'm mega hyper focused on winning my pistol rounds. Like, winning those first 2 rounds of the game, pistol and semi, on both attackers and defender side, the match is already over. I mean, it's not already over, just, you know, you have like 60% higher chances of winning that match, essentially. 60% higher. Now, when it comes to your weapon versatility, like, this is terrible as well. Like, how do you have like 12,000 kills on a Vandal, and your second most used weapon is Ghost with 150 kills? Hello? Brother. Like, where is the shorty? Where is the operator? Where is the outlaw? Where is the judge on bind split? Classic pistol. How what you're using Ghost mainly? Why? I mean, like, on defender side, on Ascent, split, haven, bind. Classic pistol, shorty strategy with all of the utility. In the, like, if I'm playing claw and bind, first round, in the hookah, I drop the shorty here with the classic, do this smoke, and you have 2 smokes, medal, and an overheal. Bro, do you need anything else? I don't know. You need to simplify your pistol rounds a bit more, you know, like, and abuse some cheesy strategies to get some kills and create the numbers advantage for your team. You're playing way too much in a default way, probably. Way too much. Once again, like, I can bet my left hand on what I'm saying right now. This is how a proper tracker should look like when it comes to guns that you're using. Of course, Vandal or Phantom should be on top. Then Operator. Then Outlaw. Then some kind of a pistol, or 2 pistols, like a Classic and Sheriff, Ghost and Sheriff, etc, etc. Then, we should have the Judge and Shorty in the top 10. Stinger should be one of the weapons that you use in some of the rounds, and everything else is like whatever. Like, depending which map you play, depending what is your economy, enemy's economy, on which side you play, depends which weapon you want to use. In this act, I'm doing Chamber to Radiant. Brother, I have 30 kills on Judge. Why? Because on Bind, like, I mean, I just rush out from the lamps, pop, 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 teleport back. I have Headhunter to pull out. Easy. What if you don't like sniping? I don't care that you don't like it. Learn. You need to learn it. Like, it's like Operator and Outlaw are basically like free ELO weapons. Like, there is no way that you cannot get better at sniping. Because only the static aim is important and reaction time. And you can improve that faster than fucking flicking and tracking. If you don't like sniping, then don't play ranked. If you don't like getting out of your comfort zone, then like go play unrated. Go play Swift play. Simple as that. Oh man, Judge is better than Chamber. Yeah, like, but you know, Bind is a map where you can abuse this cancer place, like with the shotguns and split as well. Okay, everything else when it comes to this tracker is like either optimal or okay. And now we can dive into the VOD review. So we're playing Lotus, Platinum 3 Claw, and let's talk about the map immediately. So first of all, on the attacker side of Lotus, your default site and number 1 priority is C site, number 2 priority, A site, number 3 priority, B site. Basically, in the first 4 to 6 rounds, you want to test the enemies on C, then on A, then on B. Why? Because C site is much easier to be pushed in the first few rounds. Usually only one player plays C site, and that is most likely enemy sentinel that is very easy to be killed. And essentially, like, playing the post plants on both C and A is much easier than playing them on the B site. The best pattern of pushing on the attacker side of Lotus is pushing the C site 3 rounds in a row, and then in a 4th round, faking C and going A. Who should fake the C site? Basically, you know, you should deploy 1 smoke for your teammates. Initiator and the sentinel should be going to fake the C. Now, why do we lead our teammates in the first round on A? They cannot make that many mistakes. Essentially, you're keeping all of your teammates grouped up. They cannot die from some crazy off angles and positions. And it's much easier to play the proper refray game. If I'm playing Claw on this map, I will definitely run a classic, light shield, heal, and 2 smokes. And essentially just call for the C push. Now, when you're pushing the C site, if you're making the sound, if you're making footsteps, if you're not playing on contact, run in front of your teammates, jump spot this angle, and then pick the fight with the enemies. Because most of the times your teammates are never gonna jump spot the enemies. They're never gonna reveal the enemies on this position. They're just gonna swing like monkeys and die like a potatoes. Now, obviously, I mean, your initiator should be doing some kind of a flash and reveal for the C-long area of the map, but when you're playing in Platinum and Diamond lobbies, only God knows, like, what type of utility your teammates are gonna have. Let's see what he does here. Basically, if I'm pushing C-side in the first round of Lotus, there is absolutely no way that I would buy the Ghost. Like, 80% of fights that you fight are medium and close range gun fights. Yes, I know that you have a heal, but you never know when you're gonna get one tapped. Like, Classic here is just much better option. Anyways, some of your teammates might die. They also have the Ghost Sheriffs. You're gonna pick the weapon from them and be a juggernaut in that specific round. Here, like, I would instantly jump spot this angle. Like, there is no way that I would swing this. And second of all, I would never allow these guys to swing this angle like monkeys. You see how they're pushing. I mean, this guy here has a knife out. This guy has a knife out. This guy has a fucking bird in her hands. That's why you need to run in front of them. Also, I would heavily recommend you.
I'm shooting for at least 11.
Just a second. I would heavily recommend you that in your settings, turn the detail quality on low. Like, there are so many shits that can obstruct your vision when the detail quality is on high. Like, basically, all of this shit here. Low. Because if it is on high, this is gonna happen. You see this shit here? Bam. I don't see the head of that enemy. Low. Bam. I see the head of that guy there. Like, there's just too many details. Like, you should never have, you know, like, detail quality on high and material quality on high. Like, it just adds so many fucking elements to the game that are unnecessary. Like, texture quality doesn't do that much. You know, it really doesn't. Like, I don't see a difference between a low and high texture quality. I mean, there is a subtle difference, but why the fuck would you have this option on and reduce your FPS? Detail quality, cancer. Literal cancer. Like basically, on some of the angles, you don't see the enemies because of the leaves, because of the stones, because of the, I don't know, random elements on the map. You don't need this shit. Low. UI quality, low. You don't need it. Material quality, I mean, okay, you can keep it on high or medium, you know, depending how much, you know, how good you want your game to look like. But these three options should always be on low. Literally always. Like, competitive disadvantage.
Probably just Gecko.
Yeah. Good smokes. Now, when your teammates are this aggressive, as this Jet and Phoenix are, those are the teammates that you want to play with. Right now, if they die, they're gonna sell this numbers advantage, and you're forced to support these two idiots. And now, we should be running into the CT, supporting the Jet and Phoenix.
Clove near. Water, maybe? I'm gonna go watch flank. I'll watch flank.
Okay. Nice kill.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, fine round. To be honest, like, this Cypher Tripwire is really fucking bad. And it was actually a really good idea that you watch for the flank and for the lurk. Like, who the fuck puts a Tripwire at the choke point right here? Brother. Like, what is this? Enemies can come behind the Tripwire here and shoot me while I'm in the C long. Okay, makes sense. Now, on Lotus, 3 rounds in a row we push C. We try to destroy the enemy's mentality, essentially, on the C side. Like, first of all, if you win all 3 rounds on C, enemies are already flaming their teammates that are playing the C site, and they're already fighting each other's out. Second of all, enemies will be doing a very, very fast rotation from A and B towards the C site, because you apply enormous amount of mental pressure onto the C site. And then in a fourth round, you just call for a fake, and most of the times, you will enter the A site wide open. Now, if you win the first round of Lotus, in a second round, yes, you can go with a Bulldog, Stinger, Spectre, whatever you prefer. All three of these options are fine. I mean, like, Bulldog is probably the best anti-eco weapon in general, like the most versatile one. I personally go for the Stinger because, I don't know, I feel very powerful with Stinger, especially if you're pushing the C site in these close range fights, and plus you have a Ghost, so, you know, I would just run the Stinger, but to save some economy. But Bulldog is absolutely fine.
Well, I'm just gonna stay flank in case Razor, Jet, or Omen try to get past trips.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hawk out.
I'm dogging this, dogging.
Time to hunt.
Really nice.
Dropping smokes.
Okay.
Care water.
Okay.
Plant default.
Clear.
You said default, okay.
Yeah.
Two flank, three flank.
Listen, when you're planting the spike on C site, first of all, you know, if the site is already wide open, enemies are not fighting you. And you have an option to choose where you want to plant the spike. Three best options are the following. Planting the spike here, when you have the smoke for the waterfall, and the control of the CT area of the map. So basically, doing this. Planting the spike here, looking towards this angle, and planting the spike here, looking towards this angle. Like, here, you should the only time you should plant the spike here
Right here.
and here is if you really cannot do it because enemies are spamming you, or your teammates don't have the enough control of the map, or you don't have the smokes for the waterfall and for the CT area of the map. Also, in this elo, I would heavily recommend you to give this job of planting the fucking spike in the hands of your teammates. You, like, what you should be doing right now is following this imbecile and this imbecile that can potentially sell the guns to the enemies and sell this whole fucking round. Like, right now, like, give the Sky. Here is the spike planted. So, I don't know, anyone except you. Because you need to correct these type of mistakes in this elo. Like, in Platinum, Diamond Ascendant, everything that players see in their eyes is blood. Like, there is no reason right now to hunt the kills. We have gun advantage. We can win this round 5-0. 5 of your teammates can stay alive and 0 dead. Building a strong economy for the round number 3, round number 4, round number 5. But if the Phoenix dies, Jet dies, I mean, yes, the main goal of this second round is just to win it. But the secondary goal of yours is to preserve as many fucking deaths as possible, so that in a third round, we have the absolutely highest chances of winning that round with a good bonus round weapons. That's why, drop the spike to your Sky. Sky, here you go. Bap, bap, bap. Sky plants the spike, and you follow these two imbeciles.
Need help, turn around.
Also, I also avoid planting the spike here. Like, I mean, yes, if you plant the spike here, there is a chance that you can, like, you know, spam that guy that is defusing the spike and get a kill like that. But the problem is, like, if your teammates are already so aggressive in the CT, in the waterfall, it is much better if you just plant a spike here, avoiding the stupid spam of the enemies through the waterfall, and also the spike is planted in a bit more open area of the map. Like, essentially, number one and number 2 spots to plant the spike on Lotus, on C side, here, and here. Number 3, here, looking towards this wall, So the spike is planted
Here.
right there, and you can see it from the C long, essentially. Number 4 here, and number 5 as the ultimately worst spot right here.
Can't use that. Spike planted.
Coming, I'm coming.
Two more, 3 more.
Wait, give it up, give it up. You got dinked, you got dinked. Okay, okay.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
There's a bulldog right now. Whoever had
This is a mistake. I have absolutely no idea why players on Lotus have the need to go onto the B site in eco rounds and bonus rounds. Like, the ultimate pattern of pushing on Lotus is 3 times pushing the C site. And then in a 4th round faking C, going A. Because this is very predictable. Like, whenever I see that enemies are eco, halbay, or they're playing a bonus round on Lotus, I instantly play the B side and gamble onto the B side. Like, there's no reason to play this round towards B. Also, post plants on the B side are cancer. Like, you never know what your teammates are gonna do. You never know, like, how much they're gonna push the enemies, how they're gonna play. We don't have the guns to actually defend the spike from the B main area of the map. Take the C control, fuck yourself on the site, and that's it. Anyways, like, enemies have a terrible team composition for Lotus. They don't have a single sentinel. So pushing the C side should be like a piece of cake. You know, nothing.
we walk.
Contact.
Also, in this round, I have no idea why you're not buying a second smoke. I mean, like, we have money to buy it. We're pushing the B side. We need to cover the A link and the CT area of the map.
Act explode.
Alright, muckers. Off we go.
Oof, okay, that was close call. Listen, when you're pushing onto the B side of Lotus, it is 10 times better if you smoke CT and link
Dropping smoke.
instead of the tower. Tower, you can pass by doing this. Done, we're already on site. It's a very small choke point. Once we pass it, you know, when we're pushing onto the B side, we can also meddle it and push the enemies back. But a huge problem is leaving this open or leaving this open. Because then, you know, Gecko with a flash can wait for us to push in. Bop. He drops the flash through this window. Easy kills. We have close range weapons. I have Spectre, Stinger. How the fuck am I supposed to fight this guy? If he has a Vandal, Outlaw, Phantom, I don't know. When you're playing Claw, just smoke this,
Dropping smoke.
jiggle throw your medal onto tower, push in. If you're playing Omen, smoke this, Paranoia
Right here.
goes like that. That's it. That's it. You don't need anything else. Like, this is not really a favorable fight for the enemies, number 1. Number 2, it's a very small choke point that we can easily pass anyways. You don't need to smoke the tower. I would much rather have the smoke here and the smoke here.
Drop. I can't use that.
That's noise. Just go.
Blind as fuck.
I always feel safer smoking top side and A link, because that way all the enemies only have to focus on the monkey peeking C link. That's also okay. That's also good. You know, like doing a smoke for the A link and tower.
Dropping smoke.
And then maybe dropping a medal for the CT and pushing out. But A link needs to be smoked. It's really fucking crucial so that enemies cannot do some crazy peeks or surprise me on timing or... Man, I have a Stinger in this round. Spectre. I cannot fight this guy.
I can't use that.
Also, try to stay away from jerking your cock off when your teammates are fighting. I mean, this is a very common mistake of every controller player. Like, open your iPad once all of the fights are done and your teammates are ready to execute. Here, why do you have your iPad on? You don't need it. Like, you heard enemies pushing, you know, enemies are close. Omen did a paranoia, fuck it, man. Like, take that gun, support your teammates, maybe pressure the enemy Omen with the medal, kill that Omen first. And then, once we kill that Omen, open the iPad, let's go in. Like, you do your utility once you're ready to use it. And when you're playing a controller, there are always some indicators that you follow when you want to drop your smokes. Like, basically, if I didn't clear the B long area of the map, there's no point for me to smoke anything except maybe CT.
Drop in a smoke. I can't use that. Reload.
Blind as fuck.
Drop in smokes. Multiple enemies B.
Echo water or CT.
There's a gun.
Okay, listen here. Planting the fucking spike is never your highest priority. Literally never. So, essentially, let me just open this in a Notepad+++. So, first of all, dying because of the spike plant is the worst death that you can have in Valorant. Fight all of the fights, clear the whole site, support your teammates, and then plant the spike. Done. Done. The only time when it is okay to die for the spike plant is if you don't have any more time to plant the spike, like there's like 5, 6, 7 seconds on the clock, and you're forced to plant the spike, and if you're playing some kind of an eco and hull by round. Because then we kind of need to like, we need to like win that round based on timer and not really with the weapons that we have. You know, like basically if you're playing an eco round, like the faster you plant the spike, the more chances you have to actually win that round. In a round like this, we're still playing a bonus round. We got a kill on the Omen. We have okay weapons to win this round. Like, fight the fights and then plant the spike. Anyways, give this job of planting the spike in the hands of your teammates. Like, when it comes to defusing and planting the spike, 90% of times, I'm not gonna be the one that is doing that. I want to have the guns in my hands to protect my allies, because only God knows how well your teammates are gonna protect you. Because when you're planting the spike, you're just a sitting duck. And if your teammates are not doing a proper job covering you, good luck. This is gonna happen, essentially. So here, we enter the site. We hear the Gecko wingman coming at us. A-Link is fully open. Let's first take the A-Link control. Let's see if the enemies have opened the doors. Then,
Echo water or CT.
let's see if any enemies are gonna peek. Clove peeks. Stop planting the spike.
There's a gun.
Kill the Clove. You cannot trust your teammates protecting you while you're planting the spike. In any elo below Radiant. Immortal 3, Immortal 2, Ascendant 1. Fuck this shit, bro. 80% of these players are autopiloting, boosted, bought the fucking accounts. They don't play the game. They play like 1 match of Valorant per day. If you truly want to rank up, your job is to protect them while they're doing this shit that you're doing right now. And also, like, I mean, once you saw the claw swinging, why did you, like, commit to the plant? Take the gun in the hands and pray for the best.
Echo water or CT.
There's a gun.
Oh, I didn't even see him come out of
Spike
heaven.
down B.
This round was really, really stupid, to be honest. Like this round was an easy round for you to win. Clear the sites, wait to see where are the enemies, clear the A-Link area of the map, and then, you know, go for the spike plant.
Back up.
Okay, we want to push A.
smoke.
Yeah, once that's
Listen, man, like, if your teammates are taking the A main area of the map, play with them. Like, we don't know if I mean, in the last round, enemies didn't take the A main control. In the rounds before, like, we don't know if enemies are taking the A main control. Like, if my Phoenix and Cypher are already going in front of me, fuck it. Use the smoke instantly.
Drop in a
Even if it's a waste, it's gonna protect your teammates. Push out, okay. Enemies are dropping a nade, Molotov, flash. Go back and pray to God that Phoenix is gonna survive. Otherwise, you know, drop a smoke,
no peeking.
follow up with this idiot, clear this angle, push with your Phoenix. I thought I was being clever avoiding a raised nade, but you don't have that information. You don't have the info whether or not enemies are taking aggressively the A main area of the map. Also, you don't have the info how they're taking it. Like, if there is some kind of a default play on a specific map that you see in high elo lobbies, in VCT, I mean, you're playing in Platinum elo. You're playing with Diamond players. You're playing ranked solo queue. You don't know, like, what enemies are gonna do. Until they actually do it.
I can't use that. Drop in a smoke.
yeah, once the Jet's holding it.
Okay, she's up on the box. Go, 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 go!
Whatever.
I mean, you heard that Jet. Updrafting up there. I think, you know, you're trusting your teammates a lot. You're trusting your teammates a lot with these type of fights and not fighting with them. Like, you're giving them a lot of freedom to take these duels. And you need to have a better refray game. Stick to their buttholes. Play with them. Pick an angle from which you can actually fight with them.
Buried.
I shot.
No peeking.
Dog.
I've one of these. Enemy spotted A. My ult's ready.
Okay?
No peeking.
Echo's on B. B heaven.
You guys have a 2v1, just push this raise, no? I mean,
Push raise, push
either
raise.
way, it doesn't matter.
Look out.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
I mean, like, listen, bro. When your Sky did the ultimate, that was the moment of time for you to fall down onto the enemy race. You're 2 versus 2. This cabbage, right here, gave you information that enemy Gecko is either on B tower, B site, or CT. Go! Fall down onto this guy. I don't know why you run towards the B site. Because, like, what also could have happened here is maybe you kill the enemy Gecko, but the Sky is gonna stay here and die from the race. Because she's very low. Here, instead of, like, even trying to kill the Gecko, fuck it. Tell the Sky, brother, like, Raze is alone on the site. She's fully isolated. Her anal cavity is wide open. Let's fuck her up.
Echo's on B. B heaven.
Push raise, push.
One enemy remaining.
This plan here is actually not bad. Because right now he can play on tower. Like, where I would play right now, in this 1v1, on tower 100%. I would just hide myself behind this cover, watching the CT. And when the Gecko is tapping the spike, I'll peek him on timing and end the round.
I think you're low on ammo.
Spike planted.
CT. No, you heard him.
Drop in a smoke.
This is really bad positioning right now. Because like Gecko can kill you from the tower. He can silently drop down here, kill you from the drop and from the aim in as well. In the post plants, in these 1v1 scenarios, you prioritize safety over anything else. Remember one very important rule for Valorant. It is always better for you to die in the process of repositioning rather than dying on a bad position. How do you know that you're on a bad position? You're exposed from more angles that you don't see within your sight at that moment of time. You feel anxious. You're basically flicking a lot, like left, right. There's a lot of opportunities that enemies can take to kill you. You already know you're on a bad angle. Choose a better angle. Isolate them. Here, the absolutely best game decision would have been to go up behind the cover. Force a fight in the CT. And if he goes through the main, easy kill for you. But at least you see all of the angles within your sight. And he cannot surprise you. Brother, that was nasty. Okay.
Alright, let's go see.
A bit lucky there.
I'm flashing high.
Pushing C.
Blinded. Down with.
Omen's B door.
Bro, there's no way this thing just hit me for that much damage.
Go C, go C. What were you doing? Brother. What do you mean, what we're doing? You're not gonna rotate in this scenario from C to A. Clove is alone on the site. Fall down onto the enemy Clove. Finish her off. And then focus on the rest of the enemy team.
Go see, go see. I'm decayed.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, your teammates in the C long sold you quite well here.
Spike down. C. Last player standing.
Alright, what are we doing?
Also, another mistake from you
Go see.
in this round is when you got meddled here, you still know the location of the enemy claw. And it's right here. Bop, bop. That's it. I don't know why you didn't do that medal. To basically, I mean, you cannot peek this fight because you're only 57 HP. But if your Phoenix takes a fight with the enemy claw, he just needs to go for one tap, and she is dead. Also, by dropping this medal,
Have one of these.
you push that guy completely back. He's probably going into the CT. And you have free time to just walk into the site and plant the spike. But to be honest, like in this round, like... I mean, like your teammates heard the doors opening. And Cypher is hiding here. Sky is hiding here.
I can't use that.
I'm decayed.
Spike down. C. Last player standing.
And also, like... You rush here way too much, man. Like, you knew that enemies are close to you. Phoenix is already dead. Listen, whenever you lose that timing to refrag your teammates, there's no more refrag potential. If that Phoenix just swing this angle and dies, fuck it. You know, take your time. Like, you revive yourself here, do the medal, kill two enemies. Overheal yourself, help the Cypher, and that's it. Like, here, for example.
Spike down. C.
Take your time.
Last player standing.
Like a full.
Play default, play default.
Get out of my way.
Nice.
Bruh.
I mean, how you pick this angle is really like scary because, I mean, enemies can kill you from this position, from that position. You don't really see the enemies on all of these spots. Like, I don't know.
Nice.
Bruh.
Nice, okay.
Close.
Dropping smokes.
Out heaven, one break. Don't
Carriers
go.
down.
Bro, get
Spike
on
down,
sides,
B.
bro.
Okay, this can work. This can work. We have a good timing.
Just hit door, bait for one. Just go out. Go out, no grab.
This can work. You need to go. Brother. Like, there is no way that enemies are right now aware of your position. Enemies are pushing your teammates in B main. You need to press the W key. Like, you're losing the timing here. Your teammates already made a lot of noise for you. They fully distracted the enemies. This is your time to shine. You're way too slow. You're way too slow. Go, 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 go.
One's B heaven.
And, I mean, okay. This might work. What you're doing right now. You know? This might work. You might backstab that Phoenix or, I don't know, Raze, Claw, whoever the fuck is on B tower. But a huge problem right now is you don't know if and when the enemies are gonna fall down onto your cipher. Maybe enemies right now decide to bombard this cipher with a boombot, medal, nade. You're just losing your time. If cipher dies and enemies see that you're not in the B main, obviously they're gonna be aware of this lurk and they're gonna just kill you.
I'm wrapping behind. I'm about to.
No, you should have went through the city there, man. You had such a good timing.
Dropping a
Yeah. The smoke here is also bad. Why is that smoke bad? That smoke is bad because you're not like... Okay, that smoke is okay to protect your cipher and make the enemies think that you're picking up the spike. But I think it would have been 10 times better in this round if you just waited for the smoke. Do a smoke for the... Smoke yourself off. Here, there is no way that the enemies are gonna look at you. They're gonna think that you're either coming from the A main, tower, or B main. And you're trying to retrieve that spike. Like a lot of times when I'm playing Omen, I fake my location by dropping a smoke onto the position
dropping a smoke.
from which I'm actually coming.
I can't use that.
Raise B heaven.
Easy kill.
Hold on, wait.
I whiffed.
Last player standing.
I mean, that's why, you know, trigger discipline is very important. Chill, man. You know, first of all here, I'm gonna completely ignore that you whiffed onto this claw. That's what it happens. You know, like also when I shoot the enemies at the back, like, I whiff like 30% of the time. But get the information about the race. You know, here for example, if enemies are already completely unaware of you, risk it. You only have a ghost. Even if you kill the enemy Claw, Race has a lot of utility. Full shield and a Vandal or Phantom. It is still really hard to win this round. Like, go behind the Claw, see where is the Raze, and now, you know, maybe we can meddle the Raze, kill the Claw, or maybe kill the Claw, we know where is the Raze, bop, do the meddle, bop. Get the information, so that your Cypher can also help you out.
I can't use
I
that.
whiffed.
Last player standing.
5.
30 seconds left.
Where you want it?
Okay. Okay. I mean, you kind of sold this round, to be honest. Like, this one is on you, man. Like, first of all, you lost the timing for that CT flank and lurk. And second of all, they're like, you know, you need to be disciplined, brother. I mean, with a ghost, even if you're behind the enemies, you need to hit one headshot and spam the body shot. Like, you need to take more time there.
I can't use that.
Oh no, Cypher's got a
It's
point.
not that hard.
You dash.
We're going to.
Borderline, I don't want to do this VOD review because you already know what you can do better against this enemy team composition. Just tell me, how the fuck can this enemy's team comp defend the C site? There's absolutely not a single world dimension in which this team comp up there can successfully defend the C site if you do a proper take of C long and the site with proper utility usage. In this match, I would literally run down on C 10 or 11 rounds.
A little
Let's
fast.
take what they have.
Because you went
Bro,
too fast.
my
It's
gecko.
not
Bro,
baiting, you just baited yourself.
bro, my fucking. Yo, whatever your fucking agent is, bro. We were both on site.
Going B against this team comp is such an unnecessary push. Like why? B is generally the hardest site to play the post blend. B is also the site where your teammates can make enormous amount of mistakes when it comes to clearing the angles and taking the fights with the enemies. You're just setting up yourself for the failure by pushing the B site.
My teammates is sitting behind the smoke. Look at
Good trade. Good
As I've said,
trade.
Ult's ready.
Smoke's down. I'm with you, Jet.
Alright, get on site, bro.
Wait, we cancel. We cancel. We cancel. We cancel. That gecko ult was tragic. I'm gonna die here, maybe.
I mean, it's not tragic, it's just like someone needs to update me like why we are like pushing the B site against this enemy team comp.
That gecko ult was tragic. I'm gonna die here, maybe.
Don't be.
Last player standing.
Okay.
Don't be.
Here, for example, when you heard that enemies are pushing you, like there is 3 enemies on the B side right now. 2 enemies are pushing you. Why are you playing overexposed like this, where 2 enemies can swing you together and refrag each other? Like if I heard 2 enemies pushing through the B main, I'm gonna hold this angle, try to get a pick, overheal myself, and then swing at the second enemy. Like, you need to hug angles and walls a bit more if you hear multiple enemies pushing you. Like, you cannot play here and just hope for the best. That you're gonna hit like 2 headshots and delete those enemies.
I can't use that.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
So 2 guys are B main. Empty.
It's one.
Okay. What information we have right now? Enemy jet has the operator. If you notice that enemy on a defender side is playing op, and your teammates want to push A main area of the map, take the A main area of the map sector by sector. Like right now, you cannot do this smoke because you don't know how your teammates are going to clear this area of the map. Plus, we already saw that our teammates are not really trustworthy. I would argue that they're really fucking bad when it comes to taking the fights. Right now, if I already know that the Jet is the A player, she has the operator, we need to start the round like this. We're dropping a smoke, dropping a medal,
Have one of these.
and then pushing with our team. Like, we cannot allow the enemy Jet to come here and kill your idiot teammates And also, we cannot allow the Jet to play
Right here.
these angles to get a kill. Like, dropping a medal, dropping a smoke,
Drop in a smoke.
pushing in.
I can't use that. More thing.
Alright, I'm gonna flash behind wall.
Anyways, like, I really don't know, like, against this enemy's team composition, pushing the A site. Why?
Hold out. No peeking.
Pushing the B site. Why?
He's there. Watch out.
No peeking.
Oh, that's such a big kill.
Fire in the hole.
Oh my gosh, Phoenix just running him down.
Spike planted.
I feel that your post plans can be much better, man. Like, you need to prioritize playing with your most aggressive teammate a bit more. Like right now, your Jet has much higher chances of dying than your Sky.
Spike planted.
And Jet is probably gonna be the first contact with the enemies. A Sky is kinda safe. You know, she can kinda dodge this fight, escape it. She doesn't need to commit to the fight. But Jet is in an open area of the map where she needs to commit to the duel.
One enemy remaining.
You had your fun. My turn.
Why did you smoke the tower when you know that both of the enemies are stairs?
In a smoke.
Like right now, okay. Enemy Clove used the ultimate at the stairs. She needs to run. She needs to hunt for the kill. Gecko is there as well. Chances are 90% that both of these enemies are gonna push through here. Smoking this,
No peeking.
waiting for the enemy's push or for the Gecko flash, dropping a medal, going for the peak.
Use that.
One enemy remaining.
Here. Catch.
Just use your pistol.
Left side.
Time, just play time.
You don't
Yeah,
need to headshot him, bro. Just hit a body shot.
Decent wingman. On.
Thrifty.
Nice job.
Okay, okay.
We make heavy press.
In the post plans, you can make much better game decisions, like where to position, with who to play. Like, you need to prioritize more your most aggressive teammates, man. Like, you're letting them die for nothing. And also, like, you need to isolate the angles a bit better. And also, check the minimap more. Like, you need to ask yourself, like, where the enemies are going to come from, where they can come from, and what you need to do with your utility. Like, doing that smoke on the tower really didn't make any sense. Also, may I ask? So, even if I wanted to smoke the tower here, when I know that two enemies are at the stairs and CT, why would I do this smoke?
No peeking.
When I can just do a one-way?
Drop in a smoke.
And do this. You know, I hold this one-way smoke, enemies are pushing through main, bap, 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 bap. They cannot push me through here. Easy kills for me. Enemies are pushing through main. Bap,
Please.
bap, bap, bap.
I can't use that.
Doesn't spade out this Omen TP?
Yes. Just wait.
Listen, man. Enemies still have the money to buy the operator. Like, picking this angle against enemy operator without you using the operator is a suicide. Like, I would go for this peak only if I'm 100% certain that enemies cannot have the operator, or if I have the op and I'm going for some kind of a, you know, fast crouch peek to delete that guy with a peeker's advantage.
I can't use that.
Gee, okay.
Alright,
Nice kill.
Dropping smoke.
Medal, medal.
Poke out. Blinded.
Planning default.
Spike planted. planted.
Gecko CT.
Okay, listen, like, on the C side, the best post and position to play, 80% of times, is on top of these boxes. If you have a timing to get up here, use that timing. In this scenario, we had the smokes for Waterfall and CT.
Throwing smokes.
Enemies are still not pushing out. You had plenty of time to do this. From this position, we can easily kill the enemies in the CT. I highly doubt that the players in Platinum, Diamond, and Ascendant are aware of this off angle. Like, even Radiant players sometimes don't clear it. Because a lot of the players in Valorant are autopiloting and they don't give a shit. They're just pressing the W key and rushing out. Easy kills on the Waterfall. We can surprise them on timing and kill them. If our teammates are fighting CT, easy kill. Drop down. Enemies are pushing out. Medal. Another kill.
Here, catch.
Be careful flank. Be careful flank.
Clove was CT as well.
No peeking.
Still CT, still CT.
CT.
Hit 40. I'm one shot. Hit
Listen.
40.
So, whenever enemies reveal me on some kind of an angle, you never re-peek that angle alone. Because enemies are going to be ready for the peek. And you're going to die like a potato. Here,
Still CT, still CT.
holding this angle here was fine. But as soon as you got headshotted, now you need to play on the contact between enemies and your teammates. Or simply, keep your location a secret. Instead of playing here, sell the backside control, go with the Phoenix, and now, together with the Phoenix, fight the claw here.
I can't use that.
Hit 40.
Why would I repeat this fight if I only have 35 HP? Enemies are ready for this fight, and they can just spit on you, and you're dead.
I'm one shot.
I'm doing the same flash. Wait for it.
What is the enemy's economy?
And then they will die. They will scurry. And then they will
I need a drop.
Here, I got you, Phoenix. Dropped you.
Only one can buy.
Okay.
I'm doing the same flash. Wait for it.
Yep, smoking stairs.
Push.
Blinded. I want these.
Okay.
Let me grab more.
Reloading.
Listen, man. Whenever you're pushing the A set of Lotus, 90% of times, you should focus yourself on taking the tree control. Pushing the A set of Lotus without the tree control is cancer. It's really fucking hard. You know? You cannot trust this Phoenix with that specific task. Like right now, like what I would like to see from you is when you're pushing A side, prioritize doors a bit more, play with this teammate. Of course, we should be doing this smoke, pressuring the enemies with the medal, and pushing the tree is scary. It's not scary. You know why is tree scary? Because I saw in one of the rounds how you push the tree. This is how you pushed it. What the fuck is this? I would also be scared if I'm pushing the doors in this way. If I'm pushing the doors, okay. Open the doors, wait for the doors to be in middle, jiggle peek the enemies left and right. If you think one enemy is here, meddle him. Done. Open the doors. Clear the angles on the left. On the right. Meddle this guy. Kill him. Move in. Against the right util, holding tree is very hard. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't use that.
One-way drop.
Watch door.
You might hit your teammates with that medal. I mean, I'm explaining if he is going alone. You know, like, because he's scared to go through the tree alone. When I'm playing Omen, any agent, you will see me execute the ace through the tree 90% of the times. I just want to ask you one simple question. You don't feel safe going through the tree, but you feel safe going through the main area of the map. So you feel safe being exposed from this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, and this. So here you feel absolutely safe. And you don't feel safe going through the tree and pushing the tree. I don't know, man. Like, here, I tremble. In this position, I'm fucked. But if I just use open the doors, drop paranoia on the right side, clear these angles, check this, that's it. If you're going alone, like, you know, we do this, metal there, wait for the metal to drop, bop.
I can't use that.
And also, I'm not gonna mention, but you really need to drop the spike to some of your allies. Like, generally speaking, like, you know, the spike should not really be in your hands. Spike should be in the hands of your Sky. She's the one dogging and doing some nothing, basically. You're in the stairs with a spike, fully exposed from the CT.
Bro, he's OP.
Okay, from now on, one of your main problems on the attacker side is the post plant. Like, you need to follow up your teammates a bit more and find some kind of a way to refrag them. Don't let them die for nothing. Second problem, overexposure. Like, you're not asking yourself enough questions when you're positioning yourself somewhere. Main question that you can ask, that you need to ask yourself is, from how many angles enemies can kill me, and can I play some better position? Here, how can you plant the spike in this spot if one of the enemies can be tower, killing you right now? Like, if that Phoenix didn't take that kill on a claw, brother.
Ult is ready. Hawk out.
I got it. I'm watching on camera.
No peeking.
Stairs. Might have a gun.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, we know that Jet is behind.
Just gonna save that up.
Good. Now listen, when you have the close ultimate, as I said on Friday, you know, when we did the tracker review and when I answered on all of your questions, like, yes, you can just rush in like a monkey and be like the entry fragger. Like, but the thing is, like, against this enemy's team composition, you don't need to take that much risk, essentially. You know, if enemy said maybe a Cypher or Killjoy, like, yeah, you going full suicide kamikaze mode would be okay. You know, like, you're trying to find the Cypher tripwires, like, dropping the smokes, dropping a medal. You get tripped, you die, never mind. Open the ultimate, hunt the Cypher, you open the Cypher team, maybe kill the Cypher, okay. But now, enemies have a terrible team comp to defend the C site. Just play a normal game. And if you need to use your ultimate, use it. But I would really like from you to stop taking this fight in the C long when the enemies might have the operator, or enemies have the operator. You cannot win this against a good op player. I'm gonna kill you like 10 out of 10 times. No, 9 out of 10 times. Like, jump spot, wait for the flash, wait for the dog, so, I don't know, anything else. Like this fight, you can maybe take against the eco enemies and pre-fire it, you know, that zone, that angle. Or if you have the op, enemies are playing op there, but crouch peek, delete that guy.
Can't use that.
I'm flashing this.
Hawk out.
No one there.
My ultimate's ready.
Listen. Pay attention who you're playing against. In this match, enemies have the Omen. That Omen can easily teleport from this position to this position. And the Sky Flash is not gonna catch that Omen. Like when you're pathing through some... Generally speaking, one really good habit to keep in your gameplay is being paranoid. Like behave towards every single angle that you didn't clear, like the enemies can be there. I didn't check this angle. My team has passed that angle. I need to clear it. I didn't check this angle. My teammates didn't clear it as well. Or my teammates cleared it. I'm gonna clear it as well. Like, even if you have, you know, 20 gecko flashes in front of yourself, clearing the C side. Check this spot. Check behind the rubble. Check this spot. Sight. This spot, done. And then, like, do whatever the fuck you want to do next. Like, here you needed to check that box because they have the Omen.
My ultimate's ready. Come on, let's go.
And also, like, I mean, pushing through this smoke with an iPad in your hands. How are you so certain that maybe Charlatan is not playing inside of that smoke with a judge? It was a really fast smoke from the enemy team. Like, essentially, like, don't play Valorant with a pre-assumption. Play Valorant based on information that you have. Like, don't pre-assume default plays and shit like that. Like, here for an example, like, we drop the smokes, pick up the gun, we move sideways
In a smoke.
into the smoke, we can smart ping this angle, drop the medal, move in.
I can't use that.
Ready. Come on, let's go.
And also here, since your Phoenix has the ultimate, isn't it better for your Phoenix and Jet to go in first instead of you going in first? I know that you have the ultimate as well, but your ultimate is nowhere near useful as the Phoenix ultimate. If you die and you don't get a kill, you're dead. If the Phoenix dies, nothing happens. And you need to make your default play like when you're executing C side, you need to start dropping this or this. Like 24/7. This should be medaled. This should be medaled. And then we push into the site.
I can't use that.
Left clear.
Like I never left.
Yo. 44 headshot.
Here,
I think this round could have been 10 times more simple than what you did. Like, if you have the Claw ultimate, you don't need to force yourself to run out like a monkey. Like, observe all of your win potentials and win conditions. Aha, my Phoenix has the ultimate. His ultimate is a bit better to take the information on the enemies on site and to push in. Wait for the Phoenix to go in, then pick a fight. Aha, I didn't use the medal to deny a specific area of the map from the enemies or to push enemies back, let's use the medal first. And then peek out.
Marshall CT.
Spike planted.
Last player standing.
40.
Bro, if I was this guy... Never mind. I'm not that guy.
Let me find you
And
again.
swing it.
Bash me.
What is this fetish with a Lotus B side? Like, both B side of Lotus and Haven are completely 50-50. Like, those are the gambling bomb sites. Those are the bomb sites that we hit, like, to surprise the enemies in eco rounds, halbye rounds, bonus rounds, like, if A main and B main in C long pushes are not working, let's test the enemies on B. Let's use the pressure on B to make enemies rotate and then go C. Like on Lotus and Haven, I will try my best to avoid the B set on the attacker side as much as I can and use them only as a last resort. If the A main, A site, and C site pushes are already working for you, simplify your gameplay. Like, A site, very easy for the post plant. C site, also very easy for the post plant. B site, you know, it can go in anyone's favor. Depending on what type of utility you have, like where you position yourself, like there's a lot of what if. I don't know why this match we even touched the B side. Enemies are terrible at defending the C. Enemy Clove is just playing here 24/7. Enemies are terrible at defending the A side. What the fuck is this fetish with the B side?
Careful though, careful. He likes to own the spot.
Hawk out. Get
There
out
is
of
this
my
there too.
way. Dropping smoke.
And not to mention that, you know, like, they have the Omen that can easily paranoia this spot, and also, like, they have the Gecko ultimate again to fuck you up.
Line.
Last player standing. Spike side.
Listen, I feel that one of the... I mean, I forgot if you mentioned this, like, in the... on Discord, like, in the message. But one of your problems can definitely be game knowledge. Like, understanding, like, the weaknesses of team compositions, the weaknesses of the maps, and what you should prioritize in ranked solo queue. I heavily recommend you to take a look at all of the ranked playbook guides that I have made for Jet, because in these guides, I have specifically explained how to play every single map in Valorant, which pattern of pushing you should prioritize, and the only thing that I didn't cover is kind of the weaknesses and strengths of every team composition. But that is something that I've covered in my exclusive coaching videos, but, you know, I didn't have time to do it in the playbook. This enemy team comp is shit. Shit for everything. I mean, not shit, but it is shit for like, defending C set of Lotus. So basically, like, you need to navigate your teammates in a direction that makes more sense for a specific map and for the specific team compositions, and not just pushing randomly however the fuck you want to do. Now, defender side of Lotus. A site, default bomb site, #1 priority. C site, also. Yo, Cookie Ninja, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, guys. C site is also your #1 priority, but in the first round, we always play A. In the first round, you always gamble on the A side, because playing the retake of A site in the first round is cancer. B site, we play only when enemies are eco, halbye, or if you need to do some fast rotations. In the first round, I will always play A site with every agent. I don't care what my teammates do. It is really hard site to be reticked in the first round. It is better for me to defend it rather than relying on my teammates. Now with a, with the Omen in my ranked playbook, I have explained enormous amount of strategies that you can use with the smokes to outmaneuver enemies and kill them. With a Claw, what I would probably do is the following. Classic pistol. Just a second, let's drop this here. Classic pistol. Shorty, all of the utility. All of the utility. You start your round here. Enemies are pushing through a main area of the map. Drop this smoke. Play around this smoke. We can dodge the enemy's utility, recon utility, through the smoke. We can hide from the enemy's random spam around this cover. And when the enemies are pushing through the smoke, overheal, boop. You have a classic with full HP, medal, one more smoke. Your 150 health points. You took one easy, cheesy kill. Done.
I can't use that. I don't quit.
Oh,
On A.
okay. Listen. This angle, you cannot hold statically unless you have the outlaw or operator. You need to jiggle P this angle. I mean, I don't know how much players like in Platinum and Diamond actually pre-fire this spot and what type of crosshair placement they have, but in a higher elo lobbies, you will get deleted on this spot. You can only hold this angle statically if you have like op or outlaw.
On A.
Drop in a smoke.
They're pushing up.
And listen, in the first round, on a defender side, never go for the flanks and lurks. Because we don't know how much we can trust our teammates. Like, once you switch the sides, it's like you're playing a new game when it comes to trusting your allies. Like, okay, you never know. Like on the attacker side, maybe all 4 of your teammates are gonna be 10s. On defender side, you're gonna have 4 fucking 11s. Noobs, idiots, stupid players. You never know. Like in the first round, on both attackers and defender side, you're trying to see how enemies play the game, trying to get as much information as possible about enemies' playstyle on both macro and micro level, and also you're asking yourself how much you can trust your teammates and what type of teammates you have with yourself. Meaning that you cannot go for this type of a play. Right now, Cypher can die. Sky can die. Jet can die. And you and Phoenix are alone like behind the enemies 2 versus 5. Fuck it. In the first round, on a defender side, you never go for the flanks and lurks. It's not worth it. You prioritize doing a fast rotation through the fastest area of the map where you can connect with your teammates. And that's it. Here, I will be rotating 5 seconds ago through the tower to support my teammates in A main. Because this Cypher, God help us now.
Upstairs, he's going upstairs.
That tree with Spike. Spike's in tree.
One enemy remaining.
That's Spike. He laughed.
This could have been nasty, man. First of all, you were useless as fuck this round. And second of all, like, God knows what could have happened. Like, God knows, like, your teammates could have easily lost these fights. How would you approach breaking link to rotate to A here? Or would you go through heaven? I generally prioritize rotating through B tower and heaven. Like, you know, when you break the link doors, and enemies already have the control of the main and stairs, you're in a really fucked up spot to fight the enemies. In the first round, if I started on B, I would just like rotate like this. The only time I would break these doors to rotate towards A side is if my teammates are heavily pressuring the enemies in the A main area of the map to help them here. But if the enemies are already opening the doors, pushing through the stairs, go on tower. Regain the stairs control, contest the enemies from here and from here.
I can't use that.
Reload him.
Okay, that's...
Sweet.
Come closer. Come closer. If you have a true numbers advantage. So basically, we are 5 versus 3, 5 versus 2, 5 versus 1, 4 versus 3, 4 versus 2, 4 versus 1, 3 versus 2, 3 versus 1, 2 versus 1. Don't use any unnecessary utility that enemies can use against you or against your teammates to split you into 1 versus 1 gunfights. Fuck the smokes, fuck everything, pick the gun in your hands, play on the refrag potential, refrag your teammates. Only use your utility if it is absolutely necessary for you to use it to clutch that round, to outplay the enemies. Maybe flash them, maybe doing some one-way smoke to block their vision, to block a certain choke point, to smoke with a spike and half defuse the spike. Otherwise, pick the fucking gun. If an enemy Omen is already in such an overexposed area of the map, such as A main, and fight with your Phoenix. Like, when you have true numbers advantage, and we have equal weapons, as the enemies have, refrag potential. Play with the Phoenix. This smoke here that you wanted to drop is very stupid and dangerous smoke. Why? Omen
No peeking.
can isolate the fight with the Sky. Sky is dead. Omen rotates on C. You don't see the Omen because of the smoke.
I can't use that. No peeking.
That's it. Break time.
Make it easy for.
Now listen. On a defender side, on every single map in Valorant, if you win the first round, buy the Outlaw. Learn how to play the Outlaw. I don't give a shit if you're playing Cypher, Killjoy, Viper, Megazord, Black Ranger, White Ranger, like, I don't give a fuck. Outlaw, easiest weapon to be abused, especially in medium and low elo lobbies where players' economy management is 0. Very good bonus round weapon, very good anti-eco weapon, amazing weapon overall. And if you win the first round of Lotus, in the second round, Outlaw, Light Shield or Heavy Shield with utility, and we are just holding this angle, playing for information, and doing the fast rotations towards the A site and C site. Or you can also start a bit more aggressively, like this. So this is how I hold this angle. Like, I don't hold it like this, I hold it like this, because that is where you see the enemy's body first. I go for a kill there, and then reposition towards the CT. Another kill, 2 kills, let them have the site.
I can't use that.
I mean, Stinger is also fine, just, you know.
I'll decay and go with you.
No reason to... I mean, Outlaw is just fucking good.
Here, cat.
And this push in an anti-eco round, what the fuck are we doing? This push that you're doing right now is okay maybe in the round 4, round 5, to surprise the enemies and, you know, maybe catch them off guard. Whenever enemies are eco or hull by, on the attacker side, we never want to showcase the enemies, our best strategies and tactics for that specific map. We never want to aggress the enemies, and generally speaking, you don't give a fuck about the map control. your main priority is supporting your teammates that have the highest chances of dying, because in these rounds, your teammates are going to make an enormous amount of mistakes, and that's why you're going to lose them. Here, I don't know who made this call, like, this is such a stupid call.
Pushing A, pushing A.
Smoking.
Drop in a smoke.
Such a stupid push as well, like, what the fuck is this?
They broke Link. 2 in tree. Maybe 3.
Spike planted.
Ooh.
One enemy remaining.
Why does this happen every time?
No peeking. Poke out.
Can we make a pact? From now on, when you have a true numbers advantage, let's not use our utility this much. Right now, it would have been 10 times better if you didn't do this smoke. Enemy race needs to peek out. You know? And if you don't have the smoke, Sky can just hold the peak. We know exactly from which angle Raze is gonna peek. We can easily fuck her up. But now with this smoke, maybe Raze can catch your Sky off guard. Raze kills you, kills your Sky. We're fucked. No reason to do this smoke.
Where did kids come from?
I'm just trying to do my job here.
Backed it once I revealed them.
Why did you switch the Stinger for the Marshall? Stinger is much better anti-eco weapon, bonus round weapon, than stupid Marshall. With Marshall, you need to go for the headshots, especially on Lotus on the defender side. Brother, with your medal, with a Kabi position smokes and a Stinger, ay. You can make babies. You know? You can fuck these guys in anal cavity. Don't do that.
Noise B. C maybe.
No peeking.
Another thing, like this angle as well, you cannot hold with a Marshall. Like this angle here, you can only hold statically if you're playing Outlaw and enemies don't have a heavy shield, or if you're playing Operator. Otherwise, you need to jiggle pick the enemies.
What just happened in my game? 100 B.
Spike planted.
Handle.
Also, I don't really understand, like, I don't really understand why are you playing B side so much. Like, enemies are pressuring you on A so many times. Their main focus is the A side. We need to do something on A. Like, why are you playing B? Your Phoenix is at the A link. You can get the information about the B main, like... And also, like, on Lotus, if you notice that passive gameplay is not working for you, so basically, you know, you're not able to defend the A site and C set and B set passively, you need to take either C long or A main control somehow with your teammates. And if they don't want to do that, but there's always a way to fuck up the enemies when they're pushing through the choke points, especially when you're playing Clove with a medal and smokes. And also, you're way too repetitive, man. Like, I mean, if I was in the enemy team, I mean, right now, I would just use a paranoia from here, tell my Raze to satchel and kill you, or just pre-fire you on this angle.
I see.
Drop in a smoke.
Okay, listen. Whenever you're rotating from position A to position B, always place your crosshair onto the angle from which enemies can kill you at that moment of time. Like here. If I'm rotating from B to C, I did this smoke. I'm rotating like this. If enemy catches me off guard, maybe I can bunny hop my way out and reposition safely. Maybe. At the end of the day, sometimes, as you're getting behind the cover, like this, maybe you're gonna see the tip of the gun or shoulder of an enemy that is lurking. Surprise that enemy and kill him. Like, whenever you're not placing your crosshair, I mean your vision, onto an angle from which enemies can kill you at that moment of time, or from which enemies can come from, you're just losing valuable information. Potential valuable information.
I can't use that.
Jet's on.
Give side to these.
No peeking.
That smoke there, that you did right now, is not a good smoke. Like when enemies already push into the site, so they take this position
Right here.
here. One-way smoke again. Do this.
Smoke.
Because once again, enemies are gonna be in huge... Enemies need to play more aggro. They need to play, basically. Here, they cannot peek you here. It would be much better if your Cypher right now had this smoke and this smoke.
Dropping smokes.
This smoke does nothing.
No peeking.
It just allows the enemies to peek you on the timing and potentially fuck you up.
I can't use that.
One dead. My ultimate is ready. Where is it? Careful. One enemy remaining.
Poke at.
He's backside.
Medal. One piece of utility that, like, you need to use more and to think about more is definitely like this DK. I feel that you're not using it enough, and most of the times you're kind of using it onto your teammates. Like, you need to get better with the medal, man. Like, observe where the enemies are playing. If enemies are stuck somewhere, pressure them with the medal, get them out of these positions. Like right now, your Jet is opening the doors. Bounce this shit somewhere. You know, like, even if you don't hit the gecko, who cares? There's a 50-50 chance
Have one of these.
that this is gonna hit the gecko. 50-50 chance. I'll take that chance. And if the gecko is wide open, I can still refrag my Jet. Here as well. We know that Gecko is backside with the ultimate. Let's drop the medal there. He cannot peek us. He's gonna tuck in, which is gonna allow us to get the timing to get up on the site. So Gecko is stuck there. Let's drop the medal. Get up here. And now, bop. Sky is holding that angle. If the Gecko fights the Sky, we can jump up here. Silently, easy kill.
I can't use that.
Once again, if one enemy is already stuck at the backside here, this smoke
Dropping a smoke.
gives the Gecko an advantage. Unnecessary utility usage that can potentially isolate you and your Sky into 1 versus 1 gunfights. Once again, a much better smoke would have been a one-way smoke.
Dropping a smoke.
At the end of the day, you don't need a smoke. Just drop a medal,
One of these.
push
I can't use that. Dropping a smoke.
the Gecko. We're fucked now, like,
Last player standing.
okay, that
Nice job.
was way too much complicated than it should have been. Omen or Claw, give me an answer based on the meta. Omen is far better than Claw. Like, 2 times better.
Nice job.
Okay, now, on Lotus, like, 80 or 90% of times, when enemies have, like, Gecko ultimate, it's gonna be either a B push or C push. Since the enemies in the last round failed the C push, now there's a huge chance they're gonna push the B side with a Gecko's ultimate. And you cannot really play this close to the choke point because you're gonna get fucked. In this round, maybe we could have told our teammates, hey guys, let's play a bit more aggressively, you know? Or maybe, you know, we can buy a Judge, Heavy Shield, and a Sheriff with all of the utility. Drop the smoke like this.
No peeking.
Dodge the enemy's Gecko ultimate through the smoke. Bop, 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 bop.
I can't use that.
I hope they go A, man. I hope they go A.
Smoke.
Okay, it's A. Good.
Drop in a smoke. My ult is ready.
One enemy remaining.
Another one.
Don't peek, don't peek, don't peek, don't peek, don't peek, don't peek. We are 3 versus 1. We don't care if the Jet gets a spike.
Okay.
Sold bomb.
We don't peek this. We don't peek this. Also, like, when you're in this type of 3 versus 1, like, situations, you can bait your teammates a bit more. Like, play on their contact and don't allow yourself to be the first contact with this Jet. Because you never know. Like, today, when I played, like, 2 bind matches, I have closed 6 rounds by doing this. And my teammates have lost, like, 6 rounds. 1 versus 5 because everyone was going for some solo fights. Like, like even in Radiant Elo, you don't know how disciplined your teammates are gonna be and which fight they're gonna pick. So if you die right now in this 1v1 against the Jet, you're just praying to the Jesus Christ that your teammates are gonna do a right play. Right now, the best game decision would be tuck yourself into this corner, wait for the Cypher to be the first contact with a Jet, peek on the Cypher's contact, fight together with the Cypher, delete the enemy Jet. Okay, she updrafted on top of the rubble, no?
No peeking.
Stop with the random smokes. Please, can we just stop with the random smokes when we have the true numbers advantage? You don't need this smoke. Like, what is the purpose of this smoke? To give Jet more angles to kill you?
You don't have to become.
My
By one.
In this round, we have the same problem as in the previous round. Like, I mean, Gecko still has the ultimate. Enemies have developed the... So first of all, in this game, what we can notice about the enemy's playstyle, they're following the AB pattern of pushing, and they're also following the rule of fear. So basically right now, chances are above 90% that enemies are going to push either B site or C site. Maybe they're too afraid to push C because of the Cypher, but we'll see. I don't know how we can play this. Maybe we can play aggro now because we have the Jet, and maybe we can destroy the ultimate together, but
You have no guns, so just don't give it.
this can be hard.
Fast B.
Yes, we are fucked.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
No peeking.
Nice, good hold. Another one there. Mountain.
Lock in sight.
Gecko B main.
Fuck.
Tagged.
No peeking.
Probably VC.
Both mound.
Also, one more tip, listen. So, let's talk about the economy management. In this round, I would definitely replenish my light shield for the heavy shield. 2 reasons. Enemies are playing an eco hull by round. Why would I have less HP than the enemies that are maybe playing a sheriff and a heavy shield? In this round, we need to have a heavy shield. Second reason, your economy is good anyways. You have enough money to basically lose this round and still purchase in the next round. In this round, we play with a heavy shield. Second tip, same as with any other agent, keep the shorty as your primary secondary weapon. Because here,
No peeking.
Probably VC.
because here, when we hear two enemies in the C long, I will just pop out the shorty, play into this angle, bop bop, 2 easy kills, get them out of the server. Also, when you're using a claw ultimate and you're in the face of the enemies, shorty gets pulled out much quicker, and you can use your ultimate same as the Yoru ult, essentially. You know, jump around, pull out the shorty, try to kill an enemy that's close to you. When the enemies are hunting you down, and you want to revive yourself with the ultimate, shorty is a really good weapon to have as a secondary.
Both mound. My flash in.
One enemy remaining.
We have bomb.
Here I would heal myself 100%. I hear 3 versus 1. You don't have a heavy shield. This Gecko is gonna push you 100% like
Spike
heal.
down. C.
Yeah, good. Very good, very good, very good. I feel that you're very repetitive when it comes to your positioning, and you need to position yourself more to surprise the enemies, to keep your location a secret, and you cannot play the same spot 24/7. Also, like, in this round, I mean, like, your team has had such a hard time, like, defending the A set, so on Lotus set, like, I play the B set on Lotus only if enemies are eco and Halbai, and if I have a really good read that enemies are gonna go B in the next round. Otherwise, you know, your default positioning should be A or C.
Get out of my way. Drop in a smoke.
Here also, like, one thing that we need to observe is that enemy Omen like to lurk through the B main a lot of the times. Whenever, like, you see one enemy that likes to lurk that much, you need to behave towards that play as a default play for that player. So here, right now, like, there's a huge chance that the enemy Omen is gonna fuck us in the ass. Or he's just gonna fuck us straight forward. I don't know. I don't know why you didn't commit yourself to the fight here. Like, basically, you had a solid crosshair placement for this guy. If you just went for a burst fire, I think some of the bullets would hit the head, and I don't know. You kind of pussied out from this fight for no reason. I don't know why you decided to leave this fight. I mean, listen. If you're already scared to fight the enemies, or you don't want to commit yourself into 50-50 gunfights, hold the angles as narrow as your reaction time allows you. So basically, let me just a second. Riot Games servers, you know, like indie company, brothers. No replay system, and custom servers last for 1.5 hours. So listen here. If I am not confident to take a 50-50 fight with an enemy, or there is no reason for me to take a 50-50 fight on some common angle or any position, I always hold that angle in a 70-30 way, where I narrow down that angle as much as my reaction time allows me. So here, if I was not feeling confident to take a fight with this Omen, I would hold this angle like this. This is how tight I can hold it and still hit a headshot 3 out of 10 times. And then, if enemies are pushing me, I can just drop the medal, go for the peak. If I'm confident and I need to take a fight, or I want to take a fight, okay, I'm gonna hold the angle like this, and commit to the fight.
I can't use that.
Bro, the new replay system looks like shit, to be honest. I mean, why Valorant has a problems with replay system is because the game is built on a Unreal Engine, and generally that engine has the first of all, through a replay system, some games that are built on the Unreal Engine, cheaters and hackers can, fuck the things up. I really don't know how it works, but essentially that is one of the reasons why they're having a problem with a replay system, because of the engine on which the game is built up. But one thing that I don't understand is how was the replay system not one of the main priorities to fix and develop for a competitive 5v5 game that it is gonna be a successful esports title? If I was in the Riot Games, by the way, if you told me in 2015 that Riot Games is making an FPS tactical shooter based on abilities, I would instantly tell you that game is gonna be successful. It's a huge company. They're investing shitloads of money into esports. They are selling young kids like this esports dream. And in 2015, I would have told you like that this game is gonna be like top 3 FPS games of all time. And if I already know that I have such a good game in my hands, and I'm working at Riot Games and Tencent, how can there be an esports title where pro players need to learn from their mistakes? They need to learn from basically like what type of setups their opponents are doing so they can counter them, and I don't have a fucking replay system. All I have is a VOD review, and I need to record the gameplay on with OBS. Like, I mean, I'm really speechless when it comes to the replay system problem. Like CS 1.2 had a demo review system, and Valorant doesn't have it. What? My man like loves to play the B-man. At least change your positioning a bit. How you hold the B-man. Are you jiggle peeking it? Are you holding it with a judge, with the operator, with the outlaw? Are you playing behind the box? Do you want to go aggro? Like, you cannot play the same angle 24/7 and expect to live a happy life. And especially you cannot hold this angle in the way that you're holding it. This is a very common angle, and you need to hold it by going in and out. Jiggle peek.
I can't use that.
Yeah, I always wondered, do VCT coaches just VOD review every person's perspective of every pro game? Because that sounds draining. I really don't know what they do, man. I really don't know what they do to actually learn and adapt and overcome. What percent of KST you think is good? Above 75%.
Smoking.
Drop in a smoke.
And also, I just want to emphasize, like, in this match, enemies pushed B side 0 times. Like, they never did a 5-man push on B. By holding B-man like this, you're just wasting your potential to carry this match and to help your teammates out. Like, it would be a much more useful asset to your team if you're playing A side or C side. I mean A side in this specific example. And let one of your teammates waste their time. Tell the Phoenix, play fucking B-man, I don't know, like.
Raise B main.
No peeking.
Behind you.
Please.
Who broke Link?
Last player
It was them.
standing.
I needed that comp.
You You knew that the link is broken, like you heard the doors, man. Yeah.
A again.
No peeking.
Jet's upstairs. They broke link.
From now on, when you're playing on a defender side, let's try to activate our brain a bit, and let's learn from our mistakes. Like when your teammates are not capable of defending or holding a specific area of the map, stack that area of the map. Play it yourself. Anyways, in ranked solo queue, you need to gamble a bit more. Like, it's pointless for you to start on the B side if someone on A is consistently dying, your teammates are not pressuring the enemies in any way, and you're just losing the match because your teammates are dying and you're playing retake 24/7.
Drop in a smoke.
Planning A.
Spike planted.
You knew that that Omen is behind you. Because your teammate on B died, it was kind of obvious that that guy is gonna push you. Especially because he did a paranoia for the tower and for the spawn, but whatever. Like, I don't even want to talk about these rounds. You're just, like, it is impossible that in a Platinum 3 and a Diamond 1 elo, you're playing the same bomb site 24/7 and relying on your teammates to counter the enemies. You need to control the outcome of your rounds. In this elo, you need to hyper carry these lobbies and close out the rounds and matches. You're not gonna close out these rounds by playing same site 24/7 that enemies are not hitting. If I'm playing in Platinum and Diamond, I don't give a fuck what my teammates want to do. I don't give a shit if they want to play A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm gonna always position myself to control the outcome of that round and to basically win the round. If I need to play a retake of B, I'll play the retake of B. If no one is there. I'll be aware that enemies have a timing to lurk through the B and fuck us up from behind. And I'll check that timing a bit later. But if you're consistently losing the numbers in the A main area of the map, at the doors, on A side, what's the point? Also, as soon as you notice on Lotus that you cannot passively defend the A side, C side, or B side, take the A main control. Take the C long control. Like, tell your teammates, hey guys, let's fucking fight. Phoenix, brother, do the Molotov there. I'm gonna use the medal. You use the medal and Molotov. Use the smoke. Press forward. Tell the sky to dog the rubble. Tell the sky to flash here. Take the A main control. Leave one teammate at A main and focus onto the B side and C side.
I can't use that.
Last player standing.
Okay.
Initiative.
Oh, man.
Drop in a smoke.
Noise B. And mound.
No peeking.
No, not the retake.
Another one B main.
I mean, you know, playing behind this position is usually a suicide. I mean, enemies should hard clear you on this spot. But in Platinum, Diamond, and Ascendant elo, you can maybe do this play solo as well. Like, but the only time I would do this play solo is if I'm playing some kind of an eco or halberd round. Like, I have a sheriff, a judge, Bucky, shorty, some shit like that. I want to trade myself for maybe 1 kill, 2 kills, and that's it. Also, what you can do, like, you know, if you have a shorty and you're stuck in this position and enemies are pushing this, do a smoke like this. And then get in the smoke, try to fuck up the enemies and get away with a heal and speed boost. This spot here, it is a huge gamble playing it alone without a teammate to bait for you. Like, whenever I play here, I call to my teammates, hey, I don't know, Cypher, can you bait for me from this position so I know when I should peek the enemies and take a fight? Or maybe do some kind of a smoke to fuck up the enemies. And maybe we can do a smoke like this. a tri-lane smoke, and then like, you know, wait for the enemies and try to fuck them up, etc, etc.
I can't use that.
And two more.
Okay.
Another one be main, two more.
Hawk out. Blinded.
One enemy remaining.
Hawk out.
Spike
Okay,
plant.
okay. When should you not take the control of main? I would never fight for the aim and control in the first round on a defender side. And I would never fight for the aim and control if the passive gameplay, passive playstyle is already working on a defender side. Like we're just stopping the enemies at the choke points, at the tree, A main, C main, like enemies cannot push on the site. I'll keep playing passively. But as soon as I notice that enemies are fucking us up through the choke points because we are not wasting any utility from them in the A main, we need to play aggro in every round, essentially. And figure out some kind of a way to take the A main control. Now, I have already said like on Friday, when we did like a tracker review and all of the Discord questions that you asked me, after this VOD review, I'm gonna share with you one very specific training that you're gonna perform for like 3 months. I'm also gonna share with you one very specific aim training routine that you're gonna perform for 2 months. And also you will get some additional... Usually, when people get these VOD reviews, free VOD reviews or tier 3 sub VOD reviews, I don't share with you guys like some of my exclusive coaching videos. You know, some of the more in-depth topics. But I'm gonna make an exception here. And I'm gonna give you like 4 folders of 4 videos that are gonna fully explain everything that you need to know about reading the game mechanics, improving your reaction time and micro corrections because they are kind of shit for you, how to position yourself safely, how to position better with your teammates, how to position better with your teammates in a post-plan scenarios. And if these videos, including that training, doesn't take you from Diamond 2, Platinum 3, whatever you are right now, to Immortal 1, I'm gonna cut both of my hands. Like, these lobbies should be a joke for you. Literally. And, obviously, like, you know, fuck the Clove, just play Omen. Okay. We covered the enormous amount of topics on Friday already. Like, this is just the second part of this VOD review. So, like, you know, this is gonna go on a second YouTube channel, so you guys can watch it whenever you want. I'm gonna mix both videos together. We're gonna chat a bit through the private messages on Discord, and I'm gonna, you know, I'll be more than glad to like, answer on any question that you have as well. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. Love you all. Leave a comment, something, you know, your CHARLATAN, your hair is bad today. And yeah, see you in the next VOD review.